We understand an upside-down world, but they're writing us off before we get to the starting line. A stalled generation? Who do you think is gonna fix all this? We will, because our future is the future. The next greatest generation is now.
Buenas and half a day, everyone. My name is Damon Michael, and alongside me, I have my co-caster, Arjim. Say what's up, Arjim.
What's up, guys?
So, throughout the month, you guys will be treated to multiple showcase matches and tournaments. Basically, tournaments this Saturday. Tournaments are free to all residents to compete and to have over $1,500 in prizes, guys. Every Friday, we'll feature an exhibition to showcase our Triton esports athletes versus some of the island's most notable esports players. Before I pass it on to my boy Arjim here to elaborate on tonight's event, let's take a moment to thank our sponsors. Take it away, Arjim.
All right, so yeah, always gotta thank our sponsors. We got GlidePath, Guam Army National Guard, the UOG Endowment Foundation, Lottie Esports, and NACE. And we do also have to give a special thanks to MacTech, PDS, Geek Out, and GameStop.
Awesome, Arjun. So, as we get into that, the whole tournament, before we like to start the game off, guys, make sure the UTFT players out there take a look at the new events that are the next event coming out on the 4th month of this March, basically on March, which is Teamfight Tactics. If you didn't know, the Teamfight Tactics will be played on the patch 12.5b, which will be used for the tournament. That is on March 26th at 2 p.m. The final lobbies will be open at 4 p.m. Registration deadline is March 25th at 12 a.m. and the rules world meeting will be on March 24th. So Arjun, dude, hey, brother man, this is the first time me and you have ever casted together, and we were speaking on the side before the whole live started. And tell me about yourself, brother. What do you do within the gaming community here on Guam?
So I actually had my start here. I'd say it was around 2014. I got into the fighting game community first. That's how I came to know Ken, who owns a lot of esports, and that's how I came to know how I ended up here, I guess, with the Triton esports as well. I've been mostly involved in fighting games, but I do like to just support the community, so I do try to stay involved with, League, Valorant now. And I mean, it's cool to see how far things have come,
Is this your first time casting in general with anything with UOG or Laddie?
I think, I'm not sure if it was with UOG. I casted some Smash stuff, but this is my first time with Val.
Oh, awesome, man. Well, you're in for a treat. Basically, we're both players of Valorant. Tell me, buddy, what is your rank?
I've been on that grind. I think I peaked about Bronze 2. Just things have been going well for me. I'm hoping, from this tournament, maybe I'll see some potential players who have potential that I could pull in for my, my team, but we'll see.
Of course, and if you guys don't know, I am the best Iron Jet main here on Guam. The one, the only, the memes. But yeah, so you know what, brother Han? Tell me about your fighting game career. Like, when did you start? What do you play, basically?
Anything. It's a pretty small community, so I try to stay involved with everything just so that we can have some sort of life in everything. It's still a super niche community. Hopefully it grows. But that was like I said, 2014. I actually hosted my own tournaments too when I was still in high school, which was, pretty cool to think about. And on that note, I'm saying it's really crazy to see how far esports as a whole has come on Guam. Thanks to the UOG Triton esports, thanks to Ken with Lottie esports, and yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Were you a big Smash player within the last few years? Or are you that much that player too?
Some people might say I'm a top player. I don't. It's a meme. I actually hate that game.
They're just the memeing, dude. That's the one it is.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I used to play Smash myself, but you know what? Ness is my boy. I love Ness. Even though I can't play that game, I'm probably, if there was a ranking system in Smash, I'd probably be iron at that too. But but you know what? as we were talking about here at Charter, do you go to UOG or attend classes anywhere?
Not right now. Okay,
Ooh.
actually, this is a spoiler for everyone. I am planning to attend though.
Oh, did you hear that, guys? We have a new UOG member amongst us coming soon. What does that mean? You'll be joining the team, or at least competing to join the UOG team.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see.
But which team would you want to join, though? That's the real question.
Yeah, I mean, there's actually a good amount of options now, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they've got League, they've got Smash, they got Valorant, and I mean, they're trying to put together other communities as well, right?
I believe we have a CS:GO team now too, if I'm not mistaken. The first time this semester, which I think is pretty cool. You know, that we're opening up our plethora of different games that we're trying to accomplish. But of course, the real reason, or the real reason I brought that up is, tell me why the League team is the best team, especially the team with the meme on it.
Oh, you're on the League team. What role are you?
I was the AD carry. I mean, the benched AD carry, dude, the best AD carry. Nah, I got to shine. I'm the UOG autofill. We love it. So honestly, now that we're talking about Charter Day, did you happen to graduate recently from high school, or
It's actually been a while.
been a while? Man, you don't look like that. You look like you're 18, fresh out of high school, ready to conquer the world and everything, dude.
Yeah, but you know, just things happen, and I think I'm good to get started. So I'm gonna definitely try to attend UOG.
Okay,
It's cool
awesome.
that they
So
do have esports stuff available there too.
oh yeah, 100%. So, what, you know, now that we're here for basically the Valorant tournament. How about we transition into the bracket of basically the Valorant tournament that's been happening throughout all of today? I believe we started around 2 p.m. So, if we pull up the bracket, the first teams that we got to see battling it out was UOG FPS versus Ethan and the Chipmunks in round 1, and also Corby's and Early Bird. And from that round, what we saw was basically UOG FPS probably had a landslide victory against Ethan and the Chipmunks. I'm not too sure what happened there. Maybe there was some sort of timing error. Maybe they didn't show up. I'm not too sure, but it is a 15-0 from what we see. And then on the second one, we do see Corby's versus Early Bird. Now, I don't know about you, but from what I'm looking at this bracket from round 1 and round 2, it looks like Early Bird is looking pretty dominant, don't you think?
Yeah, I think. Well, it's from what I was actually watching some of the POVs before we went live, and Early Birds, you know, made it through. They're in the semifinals now, and it's looking pretty close between GCC. I'm not sure what might end up happening there, but throughout the bracket, I mean, if you look at UOG FPS, they've generally just dominated their games.
That it looks like it. You know what? Let me pull up the names too of this team. I believe the UOG FPS, the Early Bird FPS, Early Birds team comprises of, wait, who is that team? I actually don't know who that is.
Oh wow! So we've just been informed. Those are what you are seeing on screen are in fact the actual results. So UOG just showing how strong of a team they are. Then
yeah. So
when
we look at the bringing it back from that to that Early Birds conversation, the team that we see on Early Birds, the 5 people, at least from their Discord names, is Kazuha, Rush, Creased, AF1s, Demon, and High Caliber. I don't know who those players are, but you were talking to it about, or you brought up how you were watching some POV streams. Do you know any of the players on that team?
Not Early Birds. I was watching. Oh, it was GCC's perspective then.
Oh, it's GCC's perspective.
So I actually don't know anything about Early Birds. They might be. I don't think I've ever seen them around. I'm not sure.
If I remember correctly, when we were talking a little bit off camera, you were saying that the Early Birds and GCC semifinal was a pretty close game. or it was looking close at least.
Yeah, when I tuned out, it was 4-4 at that time.
Oh, 4-4. You know, that sounds pretty nice. It's like it shows that there's some like competition in the semifinals. But
you like to see it close.
yeah, we love to see it close. You know, it shows so much tension and how people interact in a high stress situation, especially with like being in the semifinals to finals. You know. But you know, let's take a look at the other side of the bracket: the UOG FPS versus Frag Out Gaming. From what I remember, when I was watching the POV stream of Coach Lev there, or well, I don't know if he's coaching. I don't think he's coaching this semester anymore. But see, I know him as Coach Lev. That UOG team looks stacked. I think I saw like, of course, Lev and Red Pack, I believe, on that team. Oh, sorry, that's Frag Out Gaming.
The other way around, yeah.
Sorry, Frag Out Gaming. I apologize, everyone. Frag Out Gaming had like Coach Lev, Red Pack, and I believe like Turmulo is on that team as well.
Yeah.
And it just looks like a strong team.
Yeah, well, actually, both teams look pretty strong. UOG and Frag Out Gaming. I'm actually not sure how that match is going. Let's see if I can get an update for you guys.
Oh yes. And then on the note, I believe the UOG team had a couple of known players. I don't know if that is the UOG's Valorant team or like old players. I'm not too sure.
UOG's.
Ooh, what is this? Oh, what are we looking at here? I'm gonna guess this is the GCC and UOG game right now.
Yeah, so this is GCC. So, what is that? Is that 11 to? I can't see. Is that 11 to 7 right now? 11 to 9.
It's looking like 11 to 7. It's very close. But I don't know what side green team is. But I'm gonna assume since you said this is Alec GCC, it's GCC in the lead with 11 to 7 right now.
Yeah, and it looks like they're playing. Okay, so they're on attack right now.
Okay,
right.
and it looks like Red just took the round. Red side from, I'm gonna assume that is the UOG team, right?
I believe they're playing against Early Birds, right?
I'm sorry, Early Birds.
Yeah,
Early Birds is red.
Early
Early Birds is red side, and then of course we got green side / blue. I don't know. It's like a minty teal color.
Yeah, it's weird when it's a player's POV since right, since I believe Red's usually attacking side.
Mm-hmm. I believe so. Yes, and I think right here on the players' view, as we see, looks like GCC is looking to take basically game point or match point here, and game point since it is like a best of one, at least in the semifinals. We see them all. Oh, we do see Early Birds.
Sova going out with the Sova going with the wall bang.
Yep, it looks like Sova got a double
in
kill.
Garage? I can only guess that's in Garage.
I think that was Garage. I believe so. I believe the whole GCC team tried to push towards I believe that's B site. And it looks like we do get a couple of trade kills, and now it is 3 versus 4 GCC with 3 players left. And it looks like there might be a rotation off to A site right now.
Maybe the site or the spike is still on B, but it looks like Killjoy's picking it up. Thinking about bringing it over. Okay, they're smoking out mid. It's really hard to just watch through the mini map.
Oh yeah, it's pretty difficult, especially since we have the the streamers picture right there, and it's like kind of blocking. But a double kill off of mid. So it does look like GCC. 1 person left. It's a 1v3 situation. He's down mid right now. 3 versus 1. And I believe this is Alec streaming, correct?
Yes.
Can Alec do it? Oh, he just took another. Do you believe in Alec being able to clutch this round for game?
It's gonna be rough. It's 15 seconds left on the clock, but yeah, he's gonna. I believe in him.
Let's see. So he has no idea where the other 2 players are. We don't even have any idea where the other 2 players are. But bomb is dropping on a site. He does spot one.
Site.
Can he get it? Oh, he does get. But they lose the round. But can he at least secure it? No, he cannot. And that's okay. You know what? Hey, he tried his best there. So now we move on to, I believe, 11-9? 11-8?
So it is getting close. I think it seems that GCC took the lead while they were on defense, and I do believe most people think that Ascent is defense favored. So we are seeing that, early birds is starting to gain some momentum here. It looks like they just took 2 rounds in a row, maybe more. We didn't see that, but it's looking pretty rough. We got a save round here.
Oh yeah, I was
GCC.
just about to say GCC is taking a save round. I guess they said they want to like hold their money for the next few rounds because they got a few rounds to spare. They're 2 rounds ahead.
Rush. Yeah.
So they went with a bunch of sheriffs, and I'm gonna guess some sheriffs, some armor maybe, and one person on the Spectre who's Alec. Or is this a Spectre? It looks like a Spectre. I can't tell with the skins anymore. I'm just assuming one person does go down on the side of GCC running through mid though. Alec does get spotted out here. Yeah, someone's approaching him. Will he be able to pull it off? And he looks like he's playing Chamber, right? Is that Chamber or is that just a skin?
That is Chamber, yes. He has the sheriff that you can aim down sights with.
Oh yeah, honestly, I've been out of the loop a little bit with the characters. Can you tell me a little bit more about Chamber?
He's got a teleport. Basically, his third ability, he can set down these anchors that allow him to teleport. And it's not like your Yoru TP, which is mostly for positioning. Chambers is a true disengage. It is almost instant.
Oh, so
he's also good at warding off flanks because he does have his little sentry that shoots out a slow. So he's got utility sort of like the other sentinels. Actually, I'm not sure if he's classified as a sentinel. Oh wow, it actually looks like GCC on a save round managing to find an opening here, moving into the B site. Looks like they'll actually be able to get the spike down. It's going down.
Pretty good.
Chamber popped the ult, so now he has a real weapon. Started with just a Spectre and managed to get enough ult points, and now he's a real threat.
And just to clarify, guys, that we do have one update on one of the semifinal rounds. It does look like Team Frag Out Gamers were able to take the win off of UOG, 13-5, I believe, is what we saw. And that's basically our first team that will be going on to the next round, to the finals. And right now, what we're watching on this side of the point of view is basically the second semifinal game between GCC versus Early Bird Gaming.
So this will decide who. Sorry, I missed that. Sorry. Which team made it to the finals?
Frag Out Gaming. They made it to the.
All right. Yeah, I mean those guys are stacked. It's gonna be rough for anyone playing that.
I do agree with you on that one. It does look like it's going to be a rough competition, at least for the finals. Whichever one of these two teams make it out. It's, like I said, like we said earlier in the stream, Frag Out Gaming has a pretty stacked roster with with a bunch of, I believe, immortal players, like Lev in them.
Yeah. And it's actually a pretty crazy statistic across 3 matches. They only dropped 10 rounds then.
Really?
Right, because against Obispas Esports, they only lost 5 rounds. They won that 13-5, and you just mentioned Frag Out against UOG FPS was also a 13-5.
Wow. So they're looking to crush the competition. They're maybe they're actually trolling us and they want to keep it a 13-5 game. Is that what I'm hearing? They literally just did the same thing over and over. I'm smelling it. They have to do 13-5 in the finals now for both games.
Back to what we're watching though. This round it was looking good for GCC, but now the Killjoy ult is down, so that really chokes out how much space they have to work with. The Astro ult did go down, it cut off sight there, but okay. Oh, but they're pushing out.
They are. It looks like GCC. It is a 2v1 right now, so it's in favor of GCC, and GCC scores.
They managed to get that round. So they're on match point now. Match point. They're going in with a bit of guns. I'm not sure if all of them can end up buying, though. They did have some casualties.
That is true. They did lose 3. It looks like it's a 4-rifle game for this side of GCC.
Early Birds, I believe, should still have a full buy. They were on a bit of a win streak just prior to that round. So this should be fairly even, and it looks like both sides don't have any ults to work with. So this will just be full utility and gunplay.
Oh, we love to see it though, when it's a pure like gunplay thing. It just shows like the skill on how much a player is able to snap to a head or be able to it's just basically outgun someone, which I love to do.
And it's always cool to see just someone get those, you know, those really tight shots. Okay, but it looks like already 2 picks on for GCC.
Ooh.
This is looking good for them.
It is looking for good for them. This might be the end of the game. This is match point for the side of GCC with 2 down, and it's a 5v3. I'm not too surprised. I'm a little surprised with how slow, at least from this point of view, from what we're seeing. It doesn't look like GCC has entered a site yet.
They're all stacked in through tree. They spotted one, I believe, in mid. Looks like Silva's still holding mid, and you got someone else coming in through a lobby.
That is true. It looks like they're taking it a little slow. They are coming through tree, and it looks like they're taking it a little slow, which is pretty surviving. We do see the Silva drone go out, so they are trying to check some corners, get some information down, and I guess they're hard shoving now. And as we do see bomb is going down on site A right now, spraying down through the bottom cubby or the bottom area here.
You know, despite it being a 5v3, I really do like seeing them still take it slow, going for the full execute with the smokes, the flashes, because it just shows that, you know, they respect their opponents. They're just saying, like, true. Even though there's 3 of you guys, we don't think it's free. We're still gonna try to choke you out and, you know, just play the game normally.
True, and as we do see, there was a bunch of trays that go off, and we do see 2 people off of GCC, and there it is. That is game right, 1 to GCC.
So looks like in the finals we'll be having GCC versus Fragout Gaming, and both teams, personally, I think look really strong. Fragout Gaming, I mean, objectively, you just have to say they're a really strong team just based off ranks, and individually they're all really good and they work really well together. GCC also got pretty good players, I believe. I'm not sure how long they've been playing together, but they seemed pretty tight too. So I'm really excited to see how this goes.
I do agree with you on that that notion, or that point where you're saying that GCC seems to have like a really good cohesive team. You know, like most players and most teams, they probably would have thought, hey, we're down or we're up 2 men, let's just rush a bomb site. But no, we saw them take it slow and steady on that last round, respecting the enemy, saying, hey, it's possible that they could still take this round from us.
Yeah, and it paid off in the end. They managed to get it pretty clean. 3 players still alive, or was it 2? The fact is, they still got it.
Yep, they still handed the round. And so now we are basically going to be moving into the final round and the final game, which we do know is a best of 3. So why don't you go ahead and just like why don't you go ahead, do your little research on GCC as I take a look at Fragout Gaming and the people on the both teams. You know, it's like we have, like you said earlier, we have 2 stacked teams coming into this. Fragout Gaming does have a couple of players. What is it?
Oh, this is the coin flip.
Okay, so this is for I believe map side.
Right.
Who gets
so looks like
map?
GCC gets first pick here.
Ooh, that's
and then is it Fragout second map?
Yes, so it's GCC first pick, Fragout second map.
And in the case of a third match, how will that end up?
If I'm not mistaken, it would probably be I would assume the winner of the second round. You know, like let's say GCC wins first and then Fragout Gaming wins second, then I would believe Fragout Gaming gets third pick. But it also could just be like maybe 1-2-1.
Yeah, or a second coin flip even.
Yeah, even a second coin flip. We're not too sure. Well, you know, we'll get into that detail when it gets down to basically when we get to start playing the tiebreaker, if there is a tiebreaker. Right. But from what we see here, let's see. I think we are about setting up the next match already, guys. So we are probably going to be going straight into the finals. Everyone is setting up right now. It looks like GCC doesn't get a small little break, you know. They just got to handle it up.
sometimes people like to break, you know, to calm the nerves, but some people like to go in hot.
That is true.
There's definitely a case for both, where some people like playing when they're warmed up already. But if I know Alec, I'd say he just wants to get it over with. I think he just wants to move on, and he's feeling good about that.
You know, I do agree with you on that one. Frag Out Gaming did get to take that maybe like 10-minute break waiting for the next semifinal game to happen. And they're like, sometimes their what's that called, their intuition falls down, or they're
they're getting iced out.
Yeah, like their hands are getting cold and things like that. So we are looking at currently what we are looking at is the bracket. Like we said, guys, it is going to be Frag Out Gaming versus GCC. Matches being set up right now, and it looks like the map being picked is that Haven?
I think that's Ascent. I mean,
or Ascent.
It would make sense. GCC is fresh off the map. I think they just want to go back into it.
That is true, and maybe they're just comfortable with Ascent. Well, from what we know, Ascent is one of the most picked maps in all of Valorant because of just the map itself is just super beautifully made kind of thing.
Yeah, nice space, especially mid contention's really interesting to watch. Both sides are really fun to play around, and yeah, I'm looking forward to this match.
I am too. Wow. So when we get into this match, let's go ahead and just start off with prediction. You know, we both know these teams are coming in kind of fresh. They're going off of some pretty hard stomps. Both teams are 2-0 right now, and it's just looking pretty good for both sides. You know, what team do you feel is the most standout?
Man, why you gotta ask that? Because on GCC, Alex, my boy. Okay, he's the only one I know there personally. But I mean, just looking at Frag Out Gaming, they are super stacked. It's really hard to say, like, it's really hard to make a case against them, just because of pure player strength. But I mean, I'm just gonna be biased and just say I want to see GCC.
Hey, but you know what? It's not biased though. You know what that is? Is we're rooting for the underdogs. We want to see them win.
Well, we'll see. Maybe they aren't the underdogs.
That is true.
This is their first time that they're going to be playing against each other here. So, I mean,
they might be able to. They might be able to. But you know what? Before we get into the match, Arjun, why don't you go ahead and hit us with our sponsors?
Oh, I'd love to hit you up with these sponsors. All right. So again, shout out to GlidePath, Guam Army National Guard, the UOG Endowment Foundation, Lottie Esports, and NACE. And also special thanks to MacTech, PDS, Geek Out, and GameStop.
Oh yes, without our boys, they're basically giving us the ability to be able to showcase these games for you guys, to be able to sit here and be able to watch the tournament. It's all thanks to everyone and behind the scenes working hard 24/7 basically to provide you with
production. Thank you, production.
Oh yes, production. Oh my god, my guys working the camera, working everything. They are the unsung heroes for sure. It looks like we may... What's going on in chat here? Maybe
I think they might be discussing which side they're starting on.
I believe so. I believe they are still trying to decide which one that is. Oh, we're going into the settings. This is the most intense part right here, guys. Settings.
It shows the crosshair.
Show us what your crosshair setup looks like. That's the most important, right? Everyone's crosshair is really important. Everyone has a preferred style. I don't know about you, Arjun, but when I play, I prefer mine just to be a dot.
I used to use dots, but I kind of went away from them because when you're holding really tight angles, sometimes a player might walk by, but because your dot covers what you're aiming at, you might not even see it.
Ah, that makes sense.
That's my idea behind it, but I do think it is very precise.
That is true. I mean, it really does come down to the player's preference. It looks like we are still having a little trouble. Teams don't know what map to pick. You know what? Teams, let's just make it easy. How about me and Arjun pick your map for you? I think that's what it should be.
Yeah, I think we should go Fracture all 3 games.
You're right, dude. I've never even casted that map before in my life, but let's do Fracture all 3 games.
Yeah, that map's the Fiesta. I think it's super fun to watch. I think it's horrible to play in.
But it's just so chaotic. If I do remember correctly, that map is like split into 2 sides, and it takes.
Yeah,
like
you can start. The attackers can start on either side of the map, like either the north end, the south end. So there's essentially 2 entrances on each side, so 4 entrances in total that they have to watch.
Oh my god, 4 entrances! Like the team coordination and communication that must bring to a higher level of gameplay for sure. But I would like to see my favorite map though, Icebox. I love Icebox. I don't know what it is. Ever since I first started playing Valorant, even though when people were saying Icebox was a terrible map, it was still one of my favorites to play in for some reason.
Have you so you mentioned you haven't played in a while. Have you played the new Icebox?
Man, do you know when it was changed?
I don't know when it was changed, but personally, I really like how it is right now.
Oh,
wait, is this real?
Wait.
Are we actually going Fracture? I was just kidding.
Guys, I've never casted Fracture, guys. Well, let's get into the game here. Our gym.
All right, finally, let's go.
From what we do see. Oh, go ahead, brother man. You want me to take it?
No, please go ahead.
All right, so from what we're seeing, the attacker side looks to be GCC. We have Zombie the Cat, Jesus, Alec, Justlin, and is that GEC Iron Man? GCC Iron Man. And on the side of the Frag Out Gaming team, we do have Termulo, Leverage, Secret, Red Pack, and Zero. I'm not too sure which one that one is.
I think that's an E.
I think that is an E too. I think it is Zeri. So from what we see, we do already see 4 players locked in on the side of GCC. We do see a Chamber, a Yoru. I forgot the other 2 names. That Breach,
Viper, and Killjoy.
So but the Viper has not been confirmed yet. I believe they're still discussing on that 5th and final pick. But we do see Frag Out Gaming has not even touched their buttons. But we do see Leverage on his famous jet. If you guys don't know, Lev is like like 2nd best jet main on Guam compared to me. But we all know that, right? And we do see the Viper locked in. So it does looks like Frag Out Gaming has picked the 5 that they were basically hovering with the Leverage on his jet. We do see a Kato, how do you say his name? KO. We do see double Breach and double Vipers, which I believe because of this map is such a huge spread, you would want all that like delay and being able to zone people out with these 2 champions or agents.
Yeah, I think so. We do see both teams also running a Killjoy, which I think makes a lot of sense. With so many entrants to watch out for, you want to have, as many eyes around the map as you can.
That is
it just takes more stress off the players.
Yeah, the thing I don't understand is how come we haven't seen that new character, Neo? Is she not good in the meta right now? Would you say she's not good?
What's her name? I forgot her name.
Neon.
I'm thinking of Zeri. That's her name in League.
Yeah. I'm thinking the League name. I love Zeri. I literally was just playing League 5 minutes.
I was playing Zeri just last night.
I love that champion. But as we do see the start going off, and it looks like it's going to be a 3-2 split on the side of Frag Out Gaming. 2 people on the side B and 3 on side A. And it looks like I think GCC is looking to attack A site right now. At least I
think this might be a good call. We have both the Viper and Killjoy locking down B, so this is relatively clear. Gets the opening kill there. Good job. Nice shots for Leverage.
Leverage getting the first kill onto Justlin there, and it looks like the Killjoy on the side of Frag Out Gaming is still sticking by over here on B site. And it looks like they're just all inning, and it looks like Zeri picks up a double kill because Jamie the Cat, Alec, and then also Secret getting a kill on Iron Man. Leverage taking out Jess, and it's just a complete ace on the first round. Wow.
I mean, it was looking good, right? It seemed like they had the right call, but Leverage getting that opening pick just sort of made GCC just think a bit more about their push, and that gave time for Viper to rotate over, and it was a 4v4 at that point.
I do agree with you on that. That opening kill onto Jocelyn may have like just basically pushed the round towards the side of Frag Out Gaming there, and that was on defense. You know, like GCC had a great idea. It was a 4v5, but they just were unable to basically finish out the push. And we do see them switching it up a little bit, as it may be a B side attack here, with 3 onto A side still and 2 onto B. I believe this is just like, who is this sneaking around down in the tunnels below?
This is Viper, yeah.
That's a Viper.
Viper is managed to sneak across to the other side.
Yeah, this might be this might be pretty interesting. This Viper flank might be really strong. We do see Leverage again with the opening kill onto Iron Man this time, and he's using a Marshall.
Yeah, Leverage pushing out of A there. I think Frag Out Gaming is pretty confident that this is looking to be a B push now. But I mean, they're still not committing. Like, they have Killjoy and Viper locking down that site. There's no need to send everyone yet.
That is true. We do see Red Pack taking out Jocelyn, and then Jambity Cat getting onto kills onto Red Pack. It is now a 3v4, and it looks like everyone is now returning side of Frag Out Gaming, and they might have a good flank out here. Oh, but Termulo taking out Jesus. Alec catch anyone, but no. Secret takes out Alec, and it's now a 4v1, all up to Jambity Cat here with pistol, but it cannot. And
only one casualty on the side of Frag Out Gaming. It's not really a loss. That is just round 2 anyways.
That is true. We're still the wrap up. Still ramping up. Still ramping up.
It's like a few of them are actually buying out. They're not gonna take the bonus. Leverage sticking with the Marshall. But you have Zeri. I'm just gonna say Zeri. Full buy with the Vandal. I think they have 2 full rifles on the side of. Actually, is that? Oh no. I'm looking at GCC.
Oh, you're looking at GCC?
I'm so lost. There's so many players overlapping just because of the, you know, the shape of the map.
That is true. So we do see a switch up in the. Oh wait, no, it's still 2v3 with the same setup that Yoji or the Frag Out Gaming has been running. Using Secret taking out this first kill onto Alec, but then getting a trade by Jambity Cat. Getting a double kill, and GCC Iron Man getting the 4th, and this is looking, or 3rd, and this is looking really good for GCC.
Got all of them on site already. Killjoy still rotating through mid, and that Viper wall just denying all access to that, you know, to that site. Okay, looks like we got one coming through the bottom and one coming up through the top by rope.
True, Red Pack is in a bad spot though. He might get caught here.
It's really hard to push out. Especially with only 2 members, you can't have another member pushing out from Dish.
True, we do see Dish has taken out Termulo. It's a 1v4, and it is. There it is. GCC striking back.
Toxin screen down.
And
so the rifle's paying off. It was a bonus, I believe, for the most part of
Frag Out Gaming.
Yeah. Yeah, it looks like they're getting their full buys out.
That is true. It looks like we are going to be seeing.
Leverage going with the op already, so we got a op by round 4.
That's pretty normal, to be honest. That's a typical Jet thing to do. Save all your money to get op round 3, round 4.
Yeah, let's see where he takes it. Looks like he's going to peek out again here. I'm not sure. Is that A main?
I believe this would be, but it looks like the side of GCC is going to be attacking the weak side of B again. And with that 2v3, the 2v5 play, if they're able to coordinate this well, they may be able to rush in while they have these 2 members only and get something good. But we do see some breaches going off, Viper smokes going down, and it looks like Team Frag Out Gaming has read the 5-man push, and they are going all in. It looks like Alex takes out Red Pack. It is now a 4v5. That was a beautiful flick, and we do see Alec getting a 2nd kill onto Termulo though. It is 3v5.
And all players alive. Spikes trying to go down. Nice. Through the box there.
Zeri getting that good wall bang there. That was beautifully played by Zeri. And Secret getting another kill. It's 3v3, 3v2 because Secret got a 2nd kill.
All of a sudden, Frag Out Gaming with the lead.
Yes, Frag Out Gaming had a great re-entry into this. And it looks like they may be able to catch Jocelyn here. But Jocelyn gets a 2v2, or gets another trade. It's now 2v2. We have Duke. And it looks like Leverage
lets a shot out. They know they have lock now.
Yep. Oh, but Lev
30
throws his
seconds
off. He's
left.
just gonna go in with maybe with the Phantom here. As we do, they are playing it a little slow. Lev just taking shots randomly. Okay, Justin taking the bomb, planting it, but they don't know where the
Spike
bomb
planted.
is right now. Okay, maybe that smoke or that flash that there may have caught where the bomb may be placed behind this
Last
wall.
player
It looks like
standing.
Leverage Justin
One
getting in.
enemy
It's like,
remaining.
ooh,
Jambi with the trade
kill.
angle there.
great. That was a great crossfire by Jambi there to be placed
Really
in the right
good.
time. Great.
Yeah, with
placement.
the plant, I was thinking maybe Frag Out Gaming thought that the last member was maybe in tower, right? Because that's sort of the only angle that's visible that has sight of the spike there. But I guess they just weren't ready for that shot from Canteen.
True, and now we're even. Frag Out Gaming had that beautiful 2-0 start, which we thought was going to be great, even with that first round flawless ace. But it looks like we are back going into an even game here.
Yeah, we actually
And
have
we-
them on a save round.
Oh, Frag Out
Leverage
Gaming
picking
going
up
to
his
stay.
ult, though. Not sure if he's gonna let it rip.
Oh yes,
Okay, looks
he
like
is.
he's gonna
It's route.
use it.
Misses. He misses two though. Ooh, that's bad.
It's not quite
You don't-
there, yeah.
I believe he's down to either 2 knives or 1 knife, and we do see Zeri here waiting at this door, ready to go bop bop with this double barrel.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to get one, right? He's just trying to really go.
next?
And we do see Justice getting the first opening kill onto Leverage, and then Iron Man getting secret, so it is now round favor of GCC. You do see Justin ulting in, getting some information. He was able to grab some information there. And is that Spike down? Is Spike down right?
That is Spike, yeah.
Oh shoot.
It's like they're rotating in.
True. Okay, so it looks like Zeri and them are all rotating in. We do see a frenzy on the side of this, on the save round of Frag Out Gaming here. But
This is just rough. There's so many angles to watch for.
Yeah,
It's
and-
looking really tough for Frag Out Gaming on this round.
I agree, and it's like Zeri with the double barrel too, just cannot get entrance in because he has such a close range gun and they all have rifles. And it looks like Zeri does get picked off by Justin here. Red Pack going in, but he gets taken down. Iron Man just has taken out Termulo and Red Pack.
Good
Oh, man.
round. I was about to say they managed to save all their guns, but Justin falling the spike there. We'll
It
see if
happens.
it matters. Yeah, it looks like he got a rifle anyways. He's not too mad about that.
True, he still has some money in his pockets there.
Alarm bot out. Placing
Well,
swarm
GCC
grenade.
in the lead now.
Placing swarm grenade.
That is true. You know, with how GCC was able to come back from that 2-0 start, do you think that maybe Frag Out Gaming should change their defense style? What they've been doing, they've been doing the Killjoy Viper on B site this whole time, and it's just not working out for them.
It's hard to say because
You should
it's not
run.
like they're always pushing A just because they say, okay, well, Killjoy Viper are in B, let's just not challenge it. Sometimes they're using that and just saying like they think we can't push this, but you know we'll full execute. They made it in a few times, but maybe I would like to see a bit of a change.
And we did see the Killjoy ult go there and be able to trap one, but just as an Iron Man getting 2 kills onto Termulo and Zeri, and it's now 3v5 with GCC's favor. And it's looking
Numbers
pretty
are-
good.
Yeah, most of Frag Out Gaming is stuck in kitchen, canteen.
True. We
It
do
is
see
really
Frag Out
hard.
Toxin
So
screen down.
it seems like in the rotates they're getting really stuck in mid. So there's it's really hard for them to attack. Maybe if someone was coming in through the spawns, you could have another variable for them to watch out for. But right now, this team, they don't have to worry about anything besides this one choke point.
That is true, and I would like to remind the viewers, this is GCC's map, and we do see Red Pack taking out Iron Man, as I was saying, it's a 3v4 now, but GCC did pick this map, so maybe they do have a few strats that Frag Out Gaming did not come prepared for. And we do
So,
see...
GCC does take the round. They're going to be saving... Frag Out Gaming is going to be saving their weapons. You know, Leverage did drop all that money on the op. He wants to keep it.
That is true. I mean, good call by Frag Out Gaming. Like, if they knew they had no entrance, just leave. Because, you know, it's still too early in the game that it doesn't really matter if you lose this one round right now. What we do see is that GCC is quite wealthy. You know,
they're 8,000 on Jesus here.
yeah, Jesus
like-
is going off right now, basically. We do see, I believe that is the, it looks like the nothing has
Breach.
switched up. Looks like,
Oh, I didn't know it shows the lines for
What is
that.
that?
Cool.
yeah, that's
It
kind of cool. That's
reaches
interesting.
tremor. Yeah.
Oh, the little like earthquake thing, right? But we do see leverage here. Maybe able to get a pick onto this Killjoy. Ooh, but he gets flashed down. You can't see. But he might get this kill. Ooh, leverage getting the first kill onto Iron Man. And just like the first round, when Frag Out Gaming gets that first blood, they might have an advantage. But we do see Zeri takes out Alec, and it's looking 5v3 right now. Looking good for the side of Frag Out Gaming. It looks.
Sorry, who was on the I believe it was Redpack. Redpack was trying to rotate over through mid, but saw that his team had it held down, so rotated back, maybe trying to catch. Rotate? No, looks like he's headed back to A, but GCC
True.
looking to make a push into B here, maybe.
Quite possible. It looks like they're a little scattered on the north side here of the map. They don't know which particular site they're
30
going to be going
seconds
to,
left.
but we do see that actually it's looking like a B push. And Frag Out Gaming is unprepared for this B push. They only had the Killjoy here. So if the Killjoy does get killed on the side of Frag Out Gaming, GCC might be able to have an entrance. Oh, but Turbulo
Spike
taking out
down,
Jissus
B.
here. And now it is a
10 seconds
2v4.
left.
They've got 10 seconds left. That spike needs to go down soon.
True. I
Okay,
think
but
they
the
just...
breach ult. The breach ult
the
canceled it.
breach ult.
What a smart ult
Beautiful.
coming through.
I believe...
Jesus.
I believe that was Jissus. No, it was Zeri.
They have the F&G before their name. The Zeri.
Yeah,
Sorry about
it
that.
was Zeri with the beautiful breach ult.
What a
Well
quick
played.
response to hear
Can I get
the
this?
spike going down and immediately think, I'm going to stop this. They don't have enough time.
Thanks.
But you know the beauty behind that is I don't think that was really there to stall the spike. What that did was it just allowed
Swarm grenade. Placing
them
swarm
to
grenade.
lose more money because you know that spike would have given them extra cash that they needed for sure.
You
True
want
as
to
well.
play? Let's play.
So as we do look at this round, it does look like it's still going to be standard play for Frag Out Gaming. They're still sticking with the 3 on A and 2 on B, and it looks like maybe GCC might be trying to attack B side again. It has been working out for them.
Yeah, it seems that even though B does look really secure, Leverage just manages to find those opening picks on A, and it sort of makes the entire plan fall apart.
True.
But,
Did you see?
Alec here popping the chamber ult. He's got an op on hand.
Yep, the Tour de Force. So he basically has a free op with 5 bullets, and I wonder how well he'll be able to play this. You know, this character, the Chamber, he looks really interesting. I was telling you before the game started. He looks like a really fun character to play.
Yeah, I'm sure we'll see. We haven't seen much of chamber shenanigans on attack, but I'm sure during defense we'll see more of that because he'll just be able to make those quick rotates.
Swarm grenade
But
out.
looks like they're executing.
Turbulo.
Catching Alec there.
Some good
Alec not
Zeri.
getting much use out of his ult.
True. It looks like Terminal might be getting a double kill here on the Iron Man, and it's looking good for the side of the game. Red Pack getting a double kill, Ravage getting a kill, Just as getting a kill onto Secret, and it looks like this is going to be Frag Out Gaming's map. Just as getting on Turbulent, though it is a 3v1. There is a KO ult, so he may be able to get rezzed, but it looks like it's going to be a 1v1. It's going to be Lever.
10 seconds left.
They
One
spotted
enemy
each other, but
remaining.
they just
I think
barely.
he's just gonna play time.
He is, and Lev sees it. He knows.
Yeah.
And now
charges
it's
left.
evened out again.
Really smart play by Leverage there. Not to take the duel there. He just knows I have enough time here. I'm gonna back out and just secure this win.
True. And it's looking pretty good for the side of GC's, or for the side of Frag Out Gaming. They were able to come back from that really bad 0-3.
But that was a really good play by Jesus there, nearly bringing back that round that looked almost completely lost.
That is true. I do agree with you on that one. And we do see Leverage does have his op in hand now, and he's holding down this A main. He may be able to get a pick here if someone is to be able to walk past this. But he is holding it down pretty straightforward. Lev, they might be able. Someone might peek here. Oh, Lev, but he does get flashed and misses. We might be able to get this kill onto. Oh, but Jocelyn gets taken out by Zeri on the crossfire there. And I don't think Killjoy's gonna peek. But Lev misses.
Being fast actually lights up leverage a bit, but now that op is a real threat, they're missing the Yoru flash. They do still have breach, tremor, and flash on hand to deny the op, but now that it's repositioned, they have to think about where it is.
That is true. So we do see it's a 4v5 in it. And Frag Out Gaming, they're playing it a little slower than I would have thought. You know, like with this stacked lineup, I would have thought they would have been like in and out, get these kills. But we do see Lev may be able to get a kill onto someone here, but he does get spotted out by Breach. But he does get the kill onto Iron Man. It is now a 5v3.
30 seconds left.
Just great from leverage. You know the
positioning.
The breach ability coming through, but he's just not shaken up by it at all. He just says, "Okay, I'll reposition, hold this angle," and manages to get a frag there as well.
That is true, and as we do see that Frag Out Gaming does pick up another round, 4 for 1, or 5 for 1. Sorry, and wow, look how rich GCC is. You know, they were able to. It seemed like they just did 3 or 4 full buys, back to back kind of thing. But we do see 2 people on pistols. They might be trying to save their money, but I could be wrong. Am I wrong? I am wrong. Sorry, they all full bot again.
So it looks like B push perhaps, and you know, Frag Out Gaming still running with the same strategy, but I mean it's working.
Yeah, it's very hit or miss right now from what I'm seeing. It's like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And I guess they're just going to continue to run the same prod, but they do sniff out the 5-man onto B, and it looks like everyone is now rotating back over to B site. We do see 1 from ropes and 2 coming down from the south side of the map, and it looks like it's going to be hectic. And Terminal gets the first kill onto Alec, and then Breadpack and Secret get Justin, and Iron Man. It's looking really bad for GCC 5v2, but Justice gets 1 kill into Zeri, so it is a 4v2 now.
Redpack did a great job holding down that site. Immediate response to just put down the Viper's Pit and just deny any sort of entry. Even his I think what was the Molotov called? Venom's Bite, something like that.
I'm not.
Also just denying entrance as well. It's really good hold by Redpack.
True. And it looks like they're just trying to catch the last 2 GCC players, but it looks like the GCC players are going to be able to rotate from the north side to the east side. And it looks like Frag Out Gaming hasn't even noticed that yet. They still think they're still probably on B side.
30 seconds left.
But
A is mostly clear, but it looks like they're going for a save maybe.
That is true. I think they've fully given up on this round, and they just want to hold 2 angles on north end and be able to catch anyone that may be trying to follow them. Well, really good round by Frag Out Gaming again, being able to catch the early 5-man push onto B. And I believe that is what is the reason why they were able to turn that so quickly.
Toxins going up.
So 6-4 in favor of Frag Out Gaming right now. Viper's Pit was used last round. The only ults we have active going into this next round. Killjoy on both sides and a Yoru ult for GCC. So
true. We do see full buys though.
Full buy, yeah. So maybe they want to rip, try to secure some more rounds before. I guess there's only this round and the next round, and this half is over.
I do agree with you. It's 2 rounds left, so they're probably just saying all in on this round because it's quite possible we may be able to win 2 rounds back to back. But we do see Leverage getting the first kill onto Jambi the Cat here onto A site. Looks like GCC did swap it up. They're trying to go 5-man onto A, but it was just stopped by Leverage holding that angle in that hall.
Yeah, this is always how it starts. It's, you know, A does seem like a good option, but Leverage just never misses those op shots and manages to find an opening in their attack.
That is true. I wonder if they're thinking that by swapping to A side that maybe Frag Out Gaming has changed their defense plans. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you would think that, and that's why they're doing that full 5-man to A instead of B. But I guess like Frag Out Gaming just said, no, we're just sticking with this one plan. It's working. Why change it?
Yeah, and why take the extra effort? It's working. It's not up to Frag Out Gaming to, you know, keep innovating. It's up to GCC first. They need to find an answer to that.
That is true. We do see Leverage just holding it against 2v1 here. Just Secret does get Alec though, and it's looking good for Frag Out Gaming. 5v1 or 4v1. I'm sorry, Red Pack getting the kill onto Iron Man there, and Leverage getting the last kill onto Jisses. And it's looking like it's going to be a closeout of 8-4 here on the first half.
Last round before the switch.
I believe GCC does not have enough money to do a full buy anymore.
Yeah, whatever they do here, it has to be done with the Killjoy ult.
It's all about just stalling, I guess. That's really all they can do.
Yeah, they need it. I don't know. It's really hard to think because the main problem is Leverage right now on that op.
Is holding that down.
Yeah, and I mean they have the flashes to stop him, but Leverage is really good at responding to everything they try to throw at him.
That is true. I do agree with you. Like that whole A main on the south side, that south entrance A site is just like cutting off all plans for GCC to be able to even enter A site. But it does look like Lev has left that that tunnel and that hallway, so it looks like GCC may be trying to just four-man push A again. And this time they are able to walk into it free.
Cutting through.
Maybe we'll see. Leverage is holding a really tight angle there. Actually, puts a shot off at the decoys. Now they know where the op is.
True.
Let's see what they do with this information.
And it looks like the Killjoy and Viper on the side of Frag Out Gaming has not moved. They're saying they're gonna fight this 3v5 here, and it looks like Iron Man does go down by Secret, and it looks like Alec does get Secret. Red Pack getting a kill onto Alec, and Justin getting a kill onto Leverage, and it's a great entrance by the side of
30
GCC.
seconds left.
But now, can they hold? It's a 2v2 right now because Justin just got the kill onto Red Pack there.
It's been a few rounds, but they got the spike down. Let's just see. Killjoy is still sitting on the ult. Looks like she's in position for it, and yep.
Great ult here by the side of Killjoy. I don't. Wow.
They did not care. You know, just great resolution. You know, just to be like, we're in this ult. You're gonna try and push us. We're gonna stop you guys.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe Zeri and the Killjoy there, who I forgot who the Killjoy was, but they did not need to push that. They should have just waited for the detain to happen and then push afterwards. I don't know. That's what I would think. So it seems it was a little too forced.
Also, I do want to point out, last round we didn't see Leverage get any frags, but we actually saw Secret pick up most of them, and I think that's because GCC really considers Leverage a threat, that whenever they see him, they really try focusing on getting him, but that creates openings for the rest of Frag Out Gaming to pick them out because they're so focused on just trying to get Leverage.
Oh, there it is. That's that Chambers instant teleport back that you were talking about earlier in the game. How on defense side it might be better for him.
Right, yeah, he finds out 2 are by Dish. Looks like he knows it's a decoy. He just left it alone.
It looks like Frag Out Gaming are taking it a little slow on their approach for their first round of attack here, and it looks like they're just gonna do a 5-man push onto it because there is only one person on B site right now. But it looks like GCC is starting to read the full 5-man rotate and are starting to rotate as well through mid. But I don't know if they have. I believe Frag Out Gaming just has to go now. Oh, Iron Man. Okay, Leverage doing a 360 there and getting caught by Iron Man. And Red Pack getting a kill onto Justin, with Zeri getting a kill onto Iron Man. It's looking 3v4 right now on the side of Frag Out Gaming. Bomb is going on to site. It's 3v2. Bomb down. And how is this round going to go out? This first pistol round. Red Pack does get a kill onto John. It's now 1v2, and it looks like Frag Out Gaming takes the first round of the second half.
They did a good job, really just feeling it out. I guess the first, the initial peaks to A, they say, okay, we've confirmed a few here, and then give them a bit of time, make GCC second guess themselves, and then just full execute on B, and they weren't ready for it.
True. But someone clipped that Leverage 360. That was funny. But as we go into this next round, we do see that it might be another It might be another B push, but we do see now the B site is covered by 2 people from the side of GCC. Not like the last one, it was 1 person. Oh, it's actually 3 on B site. Is that correct? Yeah, I'm seeing 3 on B, 2 on B. Sorry.
Yeah, fairly split up here. Looks like I think Frag Out Gaming's really just main priority. I think is to confirm where most of the members are, and then make their decision after that.
True. It does look like Frag Out Gaming is going to do the same approach where they do a delay and to 5-man push B side again. But the real question is GCC, will they be able to catch it again on the quick end?
Viper and
Viper wall does go down.
Not quite in position for it. Find out Iron Man tower.
Leverage was holding an good kill.
They are stuck.
Oh, Zeri, double kill.
Position, the placement of the nade, just denying exit there. Really great teamwork.
Spike planted.
Beautifully played. They read that multiple members of GCC were going to come through that mid angle, and were able to just catch great rotational kills there. And we do see Red Pack getting the last kill onto Jambi, and flawless round by Frag Out Gaming.
You can just see how much these players know each other. They are almost... They never miss a beat. Once one of their teammates lay down the utility, they are so ready to act on it.
I do agree with you on that notion. It shows you how much these guys have been working together, have been playing together, and the mechanical skill and the macro skill that these players have is truly tremendous.
Alarm bot out.
So it was a bit even in the beginning, but you know, it's all of a sudden it's 9-5.
I didn't even realize that. Oh, Jocelyn almost getting caught there, but Alec does take out Red Pack on the first. Jambi the Cat getting the second kill onto Termulo, and is now 3v5 in the favor of GCC.
Being good for them this round. It's been rough so far once they switch to defense, but they finally have, you know, some room here. Let's just see how this pans out, though.
That is true, and we do see Frag Out Gaming is still trying to enter the south side of the B side. Leverage does get spotted out, and he's trying to catch any peek he can with his Marshall, but he's not getting any. No connects.
They are not.
Yeah. Oh, but Leverage gets his first kill. He gets turned out. He might get. Oh, almost gets caught there. I believe that was Zeri approaching on. Oh, it was Justice. I'm just kidding. But we do see Frag Out Gaming maybe looking to rotate here to the A site. And there's only one person holding it down there, and I believe that is the chamber, just waiting there at A site.
He's got a few anchors set around. He is ready to
30 seconds
change
left.
his positioning just in case.
True, but when that camera comes down, that tells immediately GCC run to A site, and it looks like Alec is still chilling here. He might. I think he. Oh, he does. He sees the gadget get destroyed. He knows. The whole team of GCC does know, and they're making full rotate now. It looks like Alec may be able to catch one here. Spike is going down right now as we speak. Jambi the Cat getting the first kill onto Secret here. Now 2v4. Jambi may be able to rush in here and just grab that last pick onto Zeri, but Zeri is holding a good angle with Leverage, and they may be able to catch the crosshair, but Iron Man getting the double kill onto Leverage and Zeri.
GCC on the board on defense here. Just good hold in general, and
you don't deserve my
really tore apart whatever they were planning, right? They usually manage to get those 5-man pushes in, but GCC managing to stop the 5-man push and end up taking the round there.
That is true. Now it's 9-6, and from what I know, I believe FOG did not have full buy anyways. They were just still doing bonus rounds. And this might be the round that FOG does basically do a buy.
It looks like they're feeling out B first. You got a Secret and Zeri walking up here, trying to see if they can spot anything. KO knife goes out and detects at least one member. Actually, the breach ult going down already. Looks like they're going to be committing to this B side.
That is true, and we do see Zeri going on to the first kill. 5v3 on the side of FOG. Jesses does take out Secret though, but it's a 4v3. And FOG
Spike's
just
actually on A.
yes, they were able to basically distract the side of GCC, thinking the bomb was going to be going there.
Yeah, good use of breach ult to make you think it's a command. I mean, they had me fooled, and I have all the information in front of me. It's like Red Pack catching Jambi by Dish. Rest of the GCC members, only 2 left alive, trying to see if they can find
Last player
2 members
standing.
aiming. He's good for 1, but gets traded immediately. And Jesus in a tight spot. He's got 3 members to play against here. But looks like exit's already coming through. And yeah, just gonna keep his gun here.
So we do see FOG taking the first, taking a round there, and it's now 10-6.
Yeah, I
Okay,
wasn't sure that round. Did Leverage have an op? I'm not sure if he's opting on attack actually. You did mention it was a buy round, so I was wondering if he was choosing to go with the op again. But that actually looks like that's a rifle.
true. We do see maybe it might be 2 full buys on both sides of FOG and GCC. I'm not too sure. But we do see a little change in the way that GCC plays. They like to do 3 on B site compared to FOG's 3 on A site, which could be totally different because of the character or the agents being used. And we do see 11 them.
They have both the Viper and the Killjoy, but Killjoy is actually opting to set up on A and play on B, just for a bit of a, I guess, more global presence.
True. They might. It looks like FOG might be trying to do the same plan, where they just attract attention. Ooh, Justin. He might be able to catch some people here in the rotations of us because of the Viper's pit. We do see Leverage opting out of this, and it looks like it might be just a full rotate over to the A site. And GCC isn't quite prepared for it yet. It looks like one person is about to catch people on the north end rotations. And we do see basically a 4-man, but it looks like the Killjoy might die to the other Killjoy here. Oh yes, and there it is. Iron Man does take out Terminator.
Lacking not even killing the
But I mean, does take out Ali.
30 seconds left.
expecting the team to be on A already at that point. So it's natural to get caught off guard there.
Spike
There's a
planted.
4v4. Spike goes down on A, and they do have the attacking Viper's pit down, so GCC's got the work cut out for them on this round.
That is true. It looks like GCC is going to be taking it a little slow. We do see... Is that a Killjoy? Oh, yes. It looks like GCC's Killjoy ult is going down. Is that the...
That breaks it? I didn't know that breaks immediately.
Wow. Okay, so Killjoy ult has been destroyed, but I believe that was the breach ult that destroyed it?
Yeah, not an ult. That's just a normal ability.
Oh, that's just one of the normal abilities. I'm just kidding. But we do see Zeri and Red Pack taking a double kill onto them. Jesselin's taking out Zeri and Red Pack taking out Jesselin. Jesselin's taking out Leverage, and it's now 1v1. And Red Pack getting the final kill there. And great plays on the side of both teams. That was very interesting. I didn't know Killjoy ult would be able to be just broken almost instantly.
It was what
By just a breach charge, I guess, is what I don't know what the name of the ability is completely, but
yeah, that was one of the closer rounds though. It was we did end up in a 1v1 at the end,
Alarm bot.
but Jesus was just too low at that point. It was really rough. And it's 11-6.
Placing sentry.
I mean, Frag Out Gaming's getting pretty close to taking this game here.
true. And if we open up the buy menu basically right now, or at least the tab menu, we would be able to see that I think GCC is taking a save round here. We do see a couple of people on like pistols and basically the double barrel. So
I think
this
it's their only choice.
Right there.
I do agree with you on that. With 2 rounds close to match point, we do see Leverage getting the first kill onto Justin, and smokes are going down. Looks like they're going to be maybe hard shoving into the B site here. Bomb is on is on the south side, closer to B. When we do see the KO here, possibly going to be able to pick it up, and we do see Red Back getting the second kill onto Jambi the Cat here, and GCC is in trouble.
See ya.
Leverage getting the 3rd kill onto Iron Man, and as we keep going, we do see Leverage getting the kill onto Justice as well, and Justice getting a good trade kill though onto Zeri, and it's now just onto Alec here with the pistol in hand, but Leverage, I believe Lev got 4 out of the 5 kills there.
Or yeah. I think
Match
the
point.
last one was taken by Red Pack over by Dish.
True, and that what. And so what you're saying is Red Pack stole kills? Dang.
I guess so.
And from here, we do see the buy menu. It looks like both teams are opting to do full buys now. GCC has full bought. This is match point for the game one, and it's looking in the side of FOG's favor.
Yeah, 6 rounds in a row. I'm not saying it's not doable, but it's gonna be really hard.
True. If they're able to catch FOG with their pants down, they may be able to come back and
Right there.
maybe even out. But we'll see how that works. As we do see a possible, looks like
Off your feet!
Breach is going to be doing a lot of distraction over here on the B side. Justin getting the first kill onto Secret, but Red Pack getting the trade kill.
They did the same trick. Breach just let his ult rip off on B, and now it's a full push onto A.
That is true. It
Looks like they're just in.
true, but Secret does get taken out by Jesselyn there, so it isn't right now in the favor of 4v4. Oh, it is 4v4 with Spike down. And everyone on the side of GCC is now fully rotating. We do see ults going off. Abilities, the utility, everything's just being thrown. Everyone just says go win. We do see the Killjoy all on the side of FOG going down and may be able to detain in 2 seconds. Ooh, but it's side of GCC. Nobody gets detained. It is a 2v3 right now. Can they hold out? Can they hold? Red Pack has a good angle here. Maybe able to catch him, but he gets killed by Iron Man and Alec taking out Zeri. And there, can you believe, Arjun? Do you believe?
I believe. I said from the beginning I'm with GCC here.
That is
Looking
true.
hard, but I'm still all the way.
That is true. We do see GCC picking up the next round here. And as we go, we're still on match point, on the match point side of FOG. GCC does need 5 rounds to be able to make this a tiebreaker, basically, for the game. And as we do remember, guys, this is GCC's map of choice. So now that we look at the setup here, it looks like FOG may be just going to 5-man A site here. Justin does get stopped there by the Vial. Leverage does have the Blade Storm out. Will he be able to pick up? He does make noise with the smokes there. And we do see Viper wall going up, and everyone's rotating over here. Justin getting the first kill onto Termulo. Red Pack getting the second on Justin. It's a 4v4 now.
Well, he's gonna hold them back for a bit, gives the team, the rest of GCC, a bit more time to rotate. Just as manages to catch someone kind of sneak in from the top side there. And they're down another member. It's 3v4 now.
That is true. What will FOG do here? Will FOG pretend to go to B site, or will they just say, screw it, we're going in? Lev does look like he wants to go in. It does actually look, and 2 people did rotate over to the B site for the side of GCC, so it is only 2 people.
FOG's got a lot waiting for them on B side if they do choose to rotate, but looks like Leverage is trying to make some space here, see if he can catch anyone.
True, and Alec does catch Secret rotating over to B side, but Lev, they don't even know. Japanese Cat doesn't open.
Spike down A.
He
30
missed it
seconds
all. He missed it all, and that is hurt. That's a hurting moment right there beside
The GCC's round to take. They just need to clear this. And yep, Tremor, push. Good round for GCC, 12-8 now.
Cut stream, guys. You didn't see Lev do that. Cut the stream. We totally didn't see that happen. But as we go on to the next round, it looks like GCC is picking it up. That's 2 out of the 6 rounds needed to tie out the game.
Ready.
And if we pull up the menu, I think everyone has. Oh yeah, it's still full buys on both sides. Both sides have ops. I believe Alec and Lev both have ones.
Yeah. Well, you know, if we want to get technical about it, GCC actually has 2 ops with Alec on the chamber.
True. We do see Lev getting the first kill on his op onto Iron Man, and that's a big kill because Killjoy usually helps secure a site with all her utility, and it looks like FOG is still playing it a little slow. They don't want to be too harsh, or being picked up there by Jesus. And it's still pretty spread out, but look how open A site is. If FOG is able to gain information about the team's whereabouts, they may be able to see that A is just completely open, but there might be Jabby Cat here getting red packed. Ooh, great kill by Jabby Cat. Now it's a 4v4. And it's
I do like the change of pace. FOG has been playing pretty fast on attack the last few rounds, but you know, I do like just maybe sometimes slow rounds can give a different perspective, and Leverage finding a pick there. I think he also realized some tower there.
I don't think he saw the person in tower. I think he just like did a quick up to
30
catch them.
seconds left.
I don't think he saw the person in tower.
Spike
Alec is
planted.
looking to catch people here onto the bomb. Here he has I believe a Vandal with 15
Think he's
bullets.
gonna spot that barrel?
Oh, but Lev, oh, Alec catches Lev here. The ult comes out, and he gets a second kill. Alec. Oh,
He was feeling it. He was feeling himself there. He got 2 in a row. He's like, man, give me this third guy.
that is true. He wanted it.
I know Alec.
He wanted it, but that was great by GCC. That's 3 rounds, and it's looking like the comeback is quite possible.
Looks like FOG still got funds to buy here. Actually, doesn't look like they can quite buy an op unless they choose to miss out on some shields. But we'll see. It looks like Leverage is opting for the just the Vandal.
That's true. I'm pretty sure FOG has to go for a full buy here. I'm pretty sure. Because if they win this round, then the game's over. But if they lose, then they're gonna have 2 rounds to save afterwards. So I'm pretty sure they needed to full buy here.
Yeah.
We do
So
see
this round is this round. I mean, every round has been important, but this round's going to be especially important because this decides the next few rounds. Because FOG will finally have no more funds.
That is true. They would have expired all the funds that they were able to save up from that 4 consecutive wins to get to 12. But it looks like looks like FOG is taking it a lot slower, a lot more methodical. We do see a possible 5-man onto B, but they may be just rotating back over to A. They might be trying to make as much noise as possible on A side first so that they can get the people onto B.
Yeah, Spike is on the B side.
True, Leverage is making noise right now onto B side though, so
Blocking sight.
he's going in with smokes going down. Alec does have the op, maybe able to catch Termulo, but he misses, and it does recall back as well. And it's looking like it looks like FOG is faking. They're gonna go towards A site with 1 person on A site on the side of GCC, but I don't think he knows this yet.
Is Jambi the cat, but he does have ult available. So if he feels something, he might just let it go.
True, but it looks like both teams are catching the fake out, and it looks like everyone is rushing over to A site right now. 3 people are on A bomb. Jambi is here with they're trying to spot Jambi. Jambi gets taken out by Zeri, and it is now FOG's bomb site. Spike is going down. They do have 10 seconds. They may be able to catch it, but but Zeri gets Justice again, and it's looking really good for FOG. 5v2, 5v1. Terminal getting the 4th kill, and it's now up to GCC's Iron Man.
It's just so hard. It actually looks like they're trying to. Looks like they're hunting him down. I mean, 5v1, Viper pit down.
They want this round.
Down.
They want this game, and Iron Man, he's looking here around the corner. It looks like Secret may know he's here. They might know he's here, maybe. They're expecting him to turn that corner really quick. Yep, they know he's there. Or unless that was just random shots. But he gets 1. And that is round match point going to the side of FOG.
It was just a good round for FOG. They managed to close that out there, because if they did end up losing that round, they'd be on saves for the next 2 rounds, and then would most likely end up having gone to an overtime.
That is true, and it may have that. That's a great point to bring up. But as we go into the next round, my man Arjun, you know what time it is. It's time for our sponsors.
Right, so always want to give a shout out to Glide Path, Guam Army National Guard, the UOG Endowment Foundation, Lot Esports, and NACE. Thank you guys for sponsoring these events. And we also want to give a special thanks to MacTech, PDS, Geek Out, and GameStop.
That is true, and you know what? We can't do it without you guys. All of our sponsors here were able to bring you the first game of the night, with FOG taking a round off of GCC. And as we all know, GCC picked Fracture. From what I saw, from what I heard from production, it looks like the losing team will be picking round 2. So it looks like GCC gets map 2 as well.
Eh?
I may be wrong, but if someone from production might be able to clarify if that's true or not, we shall see.
Yeah, if that was their first map, I'm just wondering what other maps GCC has planned, because even though that was their pick, it didn't quite work out. That was that 12 to or 13 to 9?
I believe 13 to 9, correct. But it was a very close game. Like,
it was still close, yes.
It looked like FOG was gonna just steal the map, the whole game away. There are moments where GCC was able to shine and be able to provide us with a very close game.
Yeah, I mean, it was a really big enjoyment to watch that. If you guys are enjoying this event as well, this is a best of 3, just letting you guys know. So we potentially have 2 more matches coming up if GCC can find their footing.
That is true. As we are getting into the next round, guys, I just want you to remind everyone that this is not the last tournament that we'll be doing here over at UOG. The next tournament that we are looking at is Teamfight Tactics, which you can find on the latest patch of 12.5b on March 26th. We are still looking for people who want to play, so if you are looking to play, the registration deadline is on March 25th, 12 a.m., where the games will start March 26th, 2 p.m., with the lobby beginning at 4 p.m. Rules meeting will be on March 24th. So if you are an interested TFT player and you're looking to basically show off your skills, take a look at it. And you know, Arjun, tell me a little bit of like what you thought of that last game, because it looked like it was pretty hectic. It looked like, as we said, we thought FOG was just gonna run it, but GCC had its moments. Who is your standout player that you think will be able to help GCC win?
GCC side, oh man. Let's see. On defense, I felt like GCC's strongest player was actually Jambi, but I think that's just the nature of Viper on that map. You know, just so much presence and being able to deny a lot of line of sights. I guess it's just a great character on that map. I do also want to say both breaches on Fractured did extremely well. Breach seems to be really strong on that map, being able to cover, because there are some parts of the map that are multi-layered. So being able to pressure both with just a single tremor is a really strong agent on that map.
You know, I do have to agree with you on that. I felt like both the breaches and the Vipers made the most impact on that game. Like, yes, we can say like of course everyone had their own moments to shine, like Lev getting 4 kills in a round, or playing their duelists doing their jobs, but I felt like it was really down to the utility of both Viper and Breach and who was able to basically stop who on the pushes.
Yeah, definitely. I feel more so the Breach felt super impactful that game. Like, all the tremors by both Breaches were really well placed. And let's not forget that Killjoy ult being denied by Breach's normal ability there.
Yeah, I believe that was just as on the Breach that was able to stop and deny the whole Killjoy ult, which I thought was fantastic. That was amazing. It's like being able to pinpoint where that Killjoy ult would have been. I mean, I don't know. I'm not a super grandmaster player at Valorant, so I probably would have never known where it was.
Oh,
I'm
just
sure.
Just say it shows on the minimap.
Oh, okay. Just kidding. I'm just gonna say he's a genius. I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, not to take credit away from them.
But it was great. It was a great show of mechanical and macro and micro skills from both sides, for sure.
Yeah, I do want to say, FOG. I mean, obviously they did win, but they did seem a lot stronger. It felt like the rounds that they ended up winning, they won hard. But the rounds that GCC managed to take, there was like maybe only 1 or 2 members left alive.
That is true. As we are, looks like, what's going on here?
Please don't tell me we're going Fracture again.
Are we doing Fracture round 2?
Can they do that?
I mean,
Or I guess they lost on it, right?
yeah, technically yes, you can round to it. You know, it really is up to the person that decides the map. So I believe it's GCC's decision to see what map they want. And GCC was the one. Oh, it looks like they may have swapped to Breeze though.
Right. You know, it's just nice to see something new. That was a pretty long game on Fracture. You know, Fracture's a
Pretty big map.
yeah, not held in very high regard.
That is true. I do agree with you on that term.
Oh, is that
Uh,
bind? I saw
On the
bind
map?
at the top left. I'm going crazy.
That is true. But I mean, it looks like it might be in Breeze. We do have a slight delay right now. One of the players is trying to reconnect to the lobby on the side of FOG. So as we are getting back in, as we are waiting for this, and from what it seems, it may be Breeze. Do you have a little understanding of how Breeze is played and what like agents are best on it?
See, I can't say. You know, I'm bronze, so
uh,
I like
I feel
Killjoy
you.
there because
I feel you.
sites are really wide, right?
Mhm.
Especially the it's the site on the east. I forget if that's B or A,
I
but
believe I believe that's B site that you're talking about.
yeah, that one it's really wide, so having a turret just to be able to
Planting.
scope out the entire area is really good. I
That's
guess
true.
sentinels in general on that map are really good because there's lots of angles. The map is really big.
Mhm.
So you know, just being aware of where your opponents are there is really important.
That is true. I do agree. I do believe we'll see Vipers, of course. I think Vipers are just a great standout character for this map as well. When I was playing the game consistently, I'd always see Viper on Breeze. Um, I don't think Lev is gonna change his agent. I feel like he's just gonna stick to his baby, his bread and butter,
Yeah,
Jet.
I mean Jet works everywhere. Like no matter what the map is, Jet's still Jet. You know.
Yeah, doing Jet things. Do you think that Valorant should implement some sort of ban system on agents, or do you think that like that just would throw the game off too much?
I think it'll throw off the game. You could just like you could ban every smoke, and
Hmm.
then there'd just be no smokes on the map, and you know ops would run free. Oh, okay. Looks like we are going on to Breeze and GCC opting to go with attacking side first. Looks like we're
Okay,
getting a
okay.
Sova this game. I guess Sova also really strong the recon dart.
Hmm.
Just really wide range, being able to basically scan out an entire site. And look at me, I'm
True.
bronze. There's no killjoy.
Select your agent.
Nah, but you know, I'm pretty sure Killjoy does make sense in certain maps too. I'm pretty sure it's just all preference. But we do see double chambers being locked in by Alec and Termulo. Sovas are being played by Iron Man and Secret. And we do see like I said, I did call out that there will be Vipers being played by both Jambi and Red Pack. And of course, Lev on his famous his baby, his bread and butter, Jet. He was hovering that new agent though, the Zeri lookalike from.
Zoe. You know, okay, this I'm gonna look it up right now.
I think her name is Nero or something like
Oh,
that.
Neon.
Neon, just kidding.
So
It's
I'm going
Neon.
nuts. It's Zeri.
Apologize.
Blame Zeri.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say Zeri because honestly, that just makes more sense to me. I play League, but as we do see on the first map, as we're going into it, it looks like it's gonna be a 3-2 setup. We do have FOG on defense for the first round or the first half, and GCC will be taking attacking. So from what we were able to analyze from the last game, FOG's defense usually stuck to one bread and butter play. They never changed it, at least on Fracture. I don't know if that will change this time, but they are going with a 1-1-3. One person holding down the tunnel down in next to B or A site. I mean, one person on B and three on A.
Yeah, but they are missing the killjoy, so I mean, Red Pack is a very strong player, so the threat of him on the site with Viper is still,
Mhm.
you know, it's very hard to mess with that. But
True.
looks like they're mostly stacking on. It's gonna be a 4v4 on
On A site.
A site, yeah. There's 3 going through tunnel, 3 on site, or 3 through cave, and then, or actually looks like, oh, timer's paused. All right, never mind. I'm gonna not read into it.
Oh, okay. So we are currently on a pause right now. I'm not too sure what happened. It may be another reconnecting reconnection that may even happen. Someone has toggle on. So okay, it looks like we are toggling on some stuffs. But you know, as we were saying about the defense, FOG did not switch up their defense, no matter how rough it was starting to get, and how things were being played. So do you think they'll also stick to the same game plan where it's like, if it's working, we're gonna keep working. If it's not working, we're still gonna keep going with it?
I mean, I don't see why not, right? Like, I think it'd be best to not reveal any other strats they have if they don't need to.
That makes sense. Oh, I forgot what is the name of this character that Zeri is playing. The one with the
Sky?
oh yeah, you're right, Sky.
The dog, yeah. I'm not sure
looks like
if
game
he was able to spot them.
True. It looks like Sky is maybe able to catch 2 there. You did see the Yoru and the Sova here on A site.
We
Looks
got
like
camped.
Dark Camp.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
spectator cam on the dart.
oh shoot! I'm looking at the wrong screen. That's why. Okay, so we do go in, and it's looking like a very slow push. It looks like GCC is unable to just enter through a main there or a tunnel. And it looks like they're just gonna hard rotate over to B side right now.
Yeah.
And Red
Alec
Pack is still
moving
sitting.
through mid.
True, Alec may be able to catch
spot
this
one.
person onto mid doors, but he looks like he's just gonna go through.
Right, Red Pack alone. Let's see how he managed to hold here.
It is a 4v1 and everything's going down.
He goes out. He's blinded.
And you're just getting the first kid.
Yeah, so fast on the TP.
30
Just
seconds
right
left.
behind. Red Pack was not ready for it.
Spike
It's
planted.
like they're in.
That's true.
Spike is going down. Alec holding down mid will be able to catch anyone trying to rotate through. There's actually also, sorry, I'm not sure who's playing the Sova, but he's also hanging around A side as well. So they've
That's
got
true.
they got 2-man cells here.
That is true. As we do see, Zeri is being kicked. Oh, Gallic, he takes the kill
Last
onto Zeri.
player
And it's a
standing.
1v4, and it's all up to leverage right now with the Sheriff going down here into B site.
Looks like
Well
they know.
played. Yes, they do know now. Lev is getting the first kill onto Jabby the Cat here, and it's 1v3 now. But Lev is missing a few HP. He has 2 bullets in the chamber. Does reload now. Okay, look, he's still trying to scout. He gets another kill onto Jocelyn. It's now 1v2, but he's unable
Time's
to get
up,
spiked.
yeah.
But still good kills onto Lev there. Lev being able to get 2 kills there, it just means extra cash in his pocket.
Yep, we'll see what he does with it. He's choosing to just go with a Marshall. Trying to keep the creds above 1,000, I'm assuming. Looks like Jocelyn was thinking about getting a Guardian there. Let's see if he goes with it.
True,
They're really
it looks like
buying out.
It looks like it's gonna be a very all-out buy by the side of GCC and FOG. It looks like FOG picked up 4 Marshals.
There's
Pretty.
Marshalls everywhere. I guess, yeah, GCC doesn't really have any smokes.
there it is.
And yeah. I
Zeri
guess
does
these
get the
Marshalls
first
can just
kill.
go
Justin.
crazy.
That is true. They do have no like real true smoke. Like the best thing that GCC has is a Viper wall. At most, just about it. But it's mainly flashes and other information.
Moving up Nest here, might be able to catch one. I think he spotted him.
That's true. Red Pack is by himself in the 2v1. Alec does get the first kill onto Termulo. That's how it's 4v4. Just as getting the kill onto Red Pack.
Red Pack just lets the shot go blind and manages to catch.
Oh, leverage getting a
So
kill, but then
vulnerable.
Iron Man trading. And it's now a 2v3. And I believe we still have 3 Marshals on the side of FOG.
Yeah, I mean, at least Jambi's got a full shield. He can take a body shot. Actually, both of them are full HP, so they shouldn't be
Spike
too scared
planted.
of the Marshals.
So Red Pack getting caught there by
Enemy
Iron
remaining.
Man though, and Zeri
Last
getting the kill on
player
Iron Man.
standing.
Jambi the Cat getting Zeri, and it's now a 1v1. It is up to Jambi, and I believe Termulo.
Oh, he's looped all the way around here.
Poison orb
Jambi's
emitting.
not sure. They're dancing around each other.
That is true. I don't think Jambi knows, but I'm pretty sure Termulo might have some form of degree of where you might have. Oh, it's
He's got a
secret. I'm
vandal.
sorry. Not Termulo. It is secret. I do apologize.
Poison's off.
Playing in the smoke. He hears him.
He heard him walking around and he hears the bomb go off, but Secret has no idea where Jambi is and he just has to complete it. And
Gets
Jambi getting the kill.
back. They got one rifle for free. Go. Oh, you saw how close that spike was?
It was super close.
That was pretty fun to watch. Just both players, you know, being really wary of each other, dancing around that pillar in the middle. But you know, before we didn't even realize that's 2 games in a row, or 2 rounds in a row for GCC. So
That is
it seems like they're a lot more comfortable here on Breeze.
That is true, and it is on Tacker site too, which we were saying like they don't have smokes to help entry or anything like that. It's just purely flashes. So I'm not too sure how that thing was able to, or how that round was able to go through, because you know they all had marshals in this whole open map.
Here.
But we do see that there may be a full. They do have mid control. GCC does have mid control right now, with looking to possibly push into A site, but they're still trying to decide. As we talked, Red Pack is solo bolo onto B site, but we do see Leverage getting the first kill onto Jis's there in mid. And now the plays continue. The plays are like more continuing here from what we can see. GCC is looking to maybe push towards A site still. Yeah, the one person is into tunnel and may be able to freely go through the whole thing
Toxins going up.
without being spotted. Oh, Alex gets the kill on
Here,
the
looks like they're committing.
Here.
There's Alec going through
Time to
tunnel,
jump.
2 pushing in through cave, but looks like they're too preoccupied with Alec that this Jocelyn and
Welcome to
DeAndre are just gonna walk
30
in for
seconds
free
left.
here.
The true Spike
Viper
is down.
Pit going down as well.
Spike has gone down. Red Pack has finally moved from B side. Secret might be able to get a kill here, but Alec takes out Secret for sure. And it's now a 3v3.
Little
John
cheeky
B's
crouch there by Alec, throwing off the aim a bit.
just a little bit, you're right. And as we do see Justin getting the kill onto Leverage, it's 2v2 now. And Red Pack being able to trade kill onto him. Alec getting to Sari, and then Red Pack trading again onto Alec. And it's now just Red Pack versus Jambi. And he's trying to spray, trying to figure out where Jambi may be. And it's just
Wall
Viper
cutting the
versus
ult,
Viper.
it's so scary.
And there it is. Jambi just getting the kill onto Red Pack there. Red Pack had no time to be able to get the spike, so he was just looking for the kill out.
Viper Pit is just a really strong ult whenever it's active post plant. And unfortunately Sova wasn't alive at the time. I think Sova's the only one there that can really deal with it well with his recon dart.
That is true. As we do, it looks like FOG is taking a save round here. There's really nothing they can do.
Yeah, there's no ult online. Well, I guess
You want
3
to
of their
play?
members are
Let's
1 point
play.
away. You got the Jet, the Viper, and I missed the other one, but not sure if Leverage is looking to maybe get that ult point down and see if he can get some kills with that ult.
That
Alright,
is true.
Zeri flashing just for a disengage, not gonna peek. It's only got a shorty on hand.
That is true. Zeri does get
Going
spotted out.
through. Yep, I don't think they know about Leverage just yet.
But the drone probably caught him now.
We'll see. What does Leverage have? That's just a Sheriff?
It's just a pistol. I'm not too sure if it's a sheriff, but I believe it's
Right
just a
here.
standard. But it looks like they're just gonna walk into
right here.
A side here. We do see Jamie getting the first kill onto Secret. Leverage getting spotted out. There's TP. Justin getting the kill onto Lev. Iron Man getting the kill onto Zeri. And it's just a free site for side of GCC. We do see Alec is holding down B site, and he does try to teleport, but might be able to get
enemy
caught,
remaining.
killed here. But Red Pack
Almost got
getting destroyed by
Bit of
Alec.
BM there.
He told
Hey,
him to no.
those guys are friends, so you know, I'm pretty sure all the Val players are cool with each other. So
Alec told him to sit down real quick. And that's just 4-0 round for the side of GCC. They look very comfortable here on Breeze.
yeah, this is a completely different game we're watching here. You know, it was really even, but mostly FOG favored on Fracture, and just seems like GCC really understands this map, at least a lot more than FOG was ready for.
That is true. As we do see,
Take
GCC is kind of changing it up a little bit. They have a 5-man stack here onto B, and they may just be looking to finally start this full 5-man onto the B side. It looks like everyone is spotting out the 5-man, and FOG is slowly rotating over. Red Pack getting the first kill onto Alec here, and then they may be able to catch it. Justin is looking around in his dimensional shift right now. Will he take it? Yep, it looks like he will take it. And John B has started planting the spike, so Spike is down onto B. Can
Man, see the timing here. He just
Iron
spotted
Man get the kill.
Yep,
He got carried
there. There's 3 waiting in CT, but it looks like Iron Man's not gonna push out any further. Spike's already down, and he is sitting on the Sobol ult, so.
True, but look at that, Secret and Red Pack getting a double kill
available.
onto KO and to Justin there. So it is a 2v4 at the moment until the KO ult does, but it looks like they're just gonna go with the defuse. Red Pack killing just as Iron Man can Secret.
You have Jambi putting down mollies.
One enemy remaining.
Iron Man with a good kill onto Termilo, but Leverage getting the kill back onto Iron Man. And there it is, FOG is back in this game, picking up their first round.
The lineup's not actually quite working out. You had Jambi sitting back shooting mollies, and Iron Man did have the Sova ult available, but I guess they just were saving it for something else. And
That works.
you know, FOG just stuck it, and you know they're on the board now.
Perfect.
That is true. As we go into this next round, we do see a little change up a little bit. Red Pack setting up, but not really a big change. And like I said, with how FOG first played, they would stick to the plan that they were using. But it looks like Red Pack is actually rotating out of B site, and it might be just Chamber on B now. So there is a small little change there. Viper was holding B site alone, but we do see GCC walking into A possibly. Leverage is holding a good angle onto tunnel here. I think it's called tunnel at least.
Oh,
Leverage getting the first kill
already.
Yep, but Alec
The remaining members are just getting caught out now.
That is true. No one was holding tunnel, and Alec was able to just walk in freely again.
Here.
We saw this, I believe, a couple of rounds ago, where he just was able to get
One
through.
enemy
No
remaining.
problem. Alec getting a triple kill.
Yeah,
And
it's
he
happened
might
at
be-
least, I think, 3 rounds now where Alec just gets
Spike
tunnel for free.
planted.
Red Pack finally catching him there, but it's a 3v1, and
Yep.
Spike is on the opposite side. It's gonna be hard.
Do you believe in Red Pack? Will Red Pack be able to kill all 3?
Toxins
Probably
going
not.
up.
He's probably just looking, really for exit frags, just so he can catch a couple of, you know, some gold to get into his pockets as he's leaving. But he might be spotted here by the Viper here. Oh, gets caught.
Really close
They
to
know where
fight.
he is.
And well, Viper, Jambi's gonna make a tight exit here. Spike's gonna blow soon.
That is true. We do see Red Pack everyone just splitting. It looks like it's gonna be another map or round favored to the side of GPP.
But, you know, both teams finally getting started here. I believe they should still be able to fight. No, it looks like FOG doesn't have quite enough here, so this is gonna be sort of a half buy. And I think GCC's got an op here, and full rifles and an op. Let's see what they do with this.
That is true. And Alex actually also 2 kills away on his chamber to get his ult. So technically he has like 2 ops almost available. We do see John. It looks like it's going to be a 5-man push towards A side again. I mean, it's working for them, right? Like if Alec is able to keep getting control of tunnel, it's just not possible for FOG to play.
Yeah, Alec is watching the right side of the pyramid there, because that's usually where Leverage is, but Leverage is on the far side this time. Managed to sneak by.
He might be able to get picked here though by off of Alec. Alec is looking. He is looking. And we do see Leverage is on blades right now. Oh, but he wasted it.
Is that a misclick?
I think that was a misclick by Lev. It looked like a total misclick. He didn't mean to do that for sure.
Yeah, so no, Leverage is just stuck with a classic. It's gonna be hard for him to find anything really.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like just GCC's just playing it slow. Like they don't need a rush.
They have not moved at all. Yeah.
I'm
I
not
mean,
too
just the
sure.
sheer pressure. They're just standing there and leverage, used up all his knives. So
You're right.
work it out.
He's living in his head rent free real quick. And we do see a slight change right now. We do see two people pushing
30
towards B
seconds
side
left.
right now. And I believe Spike is also.
I think they're gonna make them think it's a B execute since there's not much time left, and then they're gonna.
That is true.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to rotate. This is gonna be a late push. Looks like they've
super
got them
late.
split. Yeah, and then Spike's going down on A. Great plan by GCC. Spike goes down. Managed to catch Leverage, who almost actually caught the KO there.
True, but look at that. FOG was able to pick up 2 kills, so it's still 3v3, and it's quite possible that they might get more here. Iron Man does pick out Turmulo from afar. And it's now a 2v3, but one person is 1 HP, so it's still kind of like a 2 1/3. But can Zeri get a double kill here? Flashes out, but they both get flashed, so nothing happens in this trade. Double flash onto Zeri here. Red Pack
One
does get
enemy
jammy, so it is a
remaining.
1v2v1. Red Pack getting
Last
2
player
kills.
standing.
Let's go. So it's a 1v1 right now, and Iron Man and against Red Pack, and Red Pack clutch it up.
Shotguard, both shotguards tagged him. Really good placement by Iron Man.
But they can't do anything. Spike's time is just up.
Red Pack's just
A
gonna,
little recognition is nice.
And they-
now
they're-
and then. Thank you.
And honestly, that was just beautiful play by Iron Man. He was able to catch the flank, when Spike was being defused by the side of FOG, which was able to just come in clutch perfectly to stop the defuse.
Yeah, those darts were crazy. Managing to place it right where Red Pack was gonna be moving.
That is true. And it's just great plays by Iron Man. They're being able to save the round. And as we go into the next round, we do see some people are full buying here, and it is 1-6. So looking pretty bad for FOG on Breeze right now. Maybe
Alec
they're just
also
not.
popping the ult, so he's got an op here.
That is true. So how will FOG play this? We do see Red Pack a little push more forward, but Leverage does get the first kill
Down
onto
A.
Jissus here, holding down with his op. He does see the drone. The drone does spot him. Alec getting the second kill here onto Red Pack. Darts are going off. The information is being told. They know where Leverage is hiding behind pyramids. But it looks like it's just going to be a B push. Or 2 people on the side of B for the side of B's and C. Justin does teleport in, be able to get the first kill onto
Toxin screen
Turmulo.
down.
Not quite having the weapon for that situation. So
That is true. I
Just
believe
like
Turmulo. Yeah, I believe Turmulo just had a pistol. He was the only one that was unable to buy that round. And Spike is going down by Jambi. Seager does get a kill onto Justin, so it is a 3v3. Alec is
open.
open.
Alec held mid the entire time, but not quite landing the shots there.
He does whiff, but
Iron Man's got
Iron
great
Man does.
position here. Okay, he's got rid of the op. I'd say he's done his job in that position, and he can start working towards site now.
I do agree with you there. Like being able to catch Lev on his op there just allows GCC to even hold off a little bit longer. But we do see Zeri here. It's just hard pushing into the
One
smoke.
enemy remaining.
Okay.
Now being sneaky,
Jambi?
but not quite ready.
I guess he was just his earphones weren't working because I'm pretty sure Zeri just ran right behind him like nothing.
Right, well,
But-
that's one more round for FOG. There are 3 rounds left in this half. Let's just FOG's hoping to bring it to as close as they can before they move on to attack.
Here.
And I wonder if it's just the attack site will be different for FOG, because we did see last game that FOG was just a lot more cohesive on attack than they were on defense. It might play a big difference, but we do see Alec coming in here, going through, I believe this is elbow, but I'm not sure. He does have a good catch onto mid here, but Red Pack's Viper Wall does go down, goes up, and is able to basically save him.
Yeah, wall goes up, and good awareness by Alec, knowing that usually Viper would try crossing, manages to tag him, tag Red Pack up a bit, but ends up taking more damage himself.
Turmulo there.
My world.
That's true. Spike has gone down, and FOG is finally trying to go all rotate, and they're coming from different angles. This is like, I believe, the perfect play here, because usually they're able to stop. GCC was really good at stopping the 1 or 2 angle push, but they're coming from every corner. every corner, every entrance, and we do see Zeri who may be able to get this kill onto Alec. Alec does TP out. Great.
Why he TP'd to yeah, waiting at the anchor with 2 more members.
That is true, but we do see looks like it's inside of FOG right now. Secret getting taken out by Iron Man, but Justin taking out Red Pack and Zeri on Jesslyn. It is a 1v2 until it's just leverage. Leverage getting the final second. It's a 1v1 right now. And it's just up to Iron Man and Lev, but Lev gets the clutch.
Fix it. He manages to defuse the spike.
He stuck it and was able to get it. Great play by Lev there, using it, using his full, just being able to just say screw it. I'm gonna stick this plant defuse.
Right, he was already lit up, so the chances of him winning the peak, not looking good. So I guess he made the right decision, just saying I'm more likely to win defusing this than I am to take the duel.
I do agree with you on that. I mean, you see Lev is back on op again, but Termilo is missing weapons, but he doesn't have ults or anything, so he's probably just working off of his little upgraded sheriff pistol, you know.
Justin's also just running a Marshall this round as well.
True, and I think Lev got spot out there by the Iron Man's drone.
Right here.
Secret spotted as well.
Oh, but guess who's in tunnel? Alec, but Alex gets taken out by Zeri, and Leverage takes out Jocelyn as well. Great picks. They were able to finally stop Alec in his push down tunnel.
Finally catching on to their usual movements. You get 1 pick in cave, 1 pick in tunnel, and now GCC has to rethink their approach.
That is true. Iron Man is kind of trying his best here, maybe trying to bait out Leverage and catch Leverage's op lacking a little bit. But Jambi does have a great flank through mid doors here. I don't think they know he's here. He might be able to catch double. He might be able to get 2 actually off of this if he peeks, but I'm not too sure.
I think Lev has an idea. He might be thinking double doors. Looks like Secret's also looking there as well. He's gonna recon through.
That is true.
30 seconds left.
And it's just great defense by the side of FOG right now. But we do see Justice
swings.
Oh, Jambi swung. Did he get it? Justice getting the kill onto Zeri though. Great Leverage getting the kill onto Iron Man. 4v2. Justice getting Red Pack as well. Great play by Justice's flank. I don't know if you saw that. He was able to catch 2. And he might be able to get 3 here onto Termilo, but Termilo does TP out.
The spike has to go down now.
That is true, and Spike is going down.
Yeah, the mid rotate won't be able to quite catch him, but he's in a tough spot. People coming from right behind.
That's true, but
can be able to get you great. It's 1v1. He's got all his utility here.
He does, and it's just up to Lev versus Justice. I believe Justice is on a 4 kill right now. He might be able to ace. I'm not too sure if this is his own.
Yes. Okay. Now.
Yep.
Leverage has the right idea.
And there it is.
Takes a shot.
They tried.
Lev had the great read, knowing Justice might do a flank through mid there.
Yeah, now FOG's got this game 4-6. All of a sudden, it's starting to look a lot more even. And also, not to mention the credits on the side of GCC, they're starting to struggle a bit. They can still get a few buys in, but
that's true.
It's looking hard.
I would say this is just I'm not too sure if it's the right call. I would do a light buy here and then just full out buy the next round, or save.
The next round will be the last round.
That is true. So maybe they are thinking of just like there you go. There it is. The light buy into a full buy next round. Excuse me.
Yeah, but they can't necessarily play for picks. What manages to get just one tap there in tunnel, and he's gonna exit, which is you see Red Pack moving, thinking that Alec is gonna push as he has every other round, but good call just exiting, mixing them up there a bit.
That is true. They were expecting Alec to stay, and it looks like they're just gonna push towards B. I believe this is Termilo here on Chamber at B. Decoy does go down by Justin, so he might be able to spot Termilo, but Termilo does exit out, so might be able to catch this kill. Okay, he spots it. He might be able to get this kill onto mid if pushed too far. Nope, never mind. Termilo has to pull out. And Red Pack getting the first kill onto Jambi, so it is a 4v4 right now. Alec may be able to get a kill with the Guardian here on Red Pack, and he does. Great flank on Alec.
We also got Secret moving through Nest. Let's see if Alec is ready for it, or if he's going to be able to get through. Based on timing.
It's true. Lev does get flashed out, but they don't know where Lev is. He might be able to get some kills here by anyone. Oh, but the Sova.
We have Alec on the. We have Alec on the flank right here, coming behind.
One enemy remaining.
Leverage. He manages to get it down. And there's just one member left on the side of FOG. And
yep,
GCC taking that round.
Great plays by GCC all around. Like they were
Last
able.
round
Like
in
again,
the half.
it's Alec in tunnel is this problem. Like if you do not stop Alec in tunnel, like it's FOG's defense just flops.
Right.
I'm pretty sure
It's mostly the threat of it, right? Because even if he commits to it, that's a problem. You got someone
Flanking
in your spawn now, yeah. But even if he doesn't, and he exits like he did last round, you still have to say,
Here.
if he goes through, it's gonna be a problem. We need to send someone to check in. Then all of a
they
sudden, then the site's down the member, and all of a sudden they're pushing in.
But look at this play by GCC and FOG. FOG thought we should just rush through the A main tunnel there, but GCC wasn't going for it. They 5-man rushed B site, and it's a free site for GCC.
It's really interesting to see like the sort of mind games and reads that are going on. Ooh, really on it. Yeah, only good for one. Wasn't expecting the second. It's actually a 4v3 right now. Two players holding elbow here.
Red Pack getting killed onto Justice there, and Jambi and Red Pack. They're already killed by Jambi, but Jambi gets killed by Red Pack. And Secret's here holding with him. Ooh, great kill by Secret. He may be able to reload here and may be able to just...
I mean, that's just information we have. Jambi, smart by him.
Team A.
Oh, but Justin.
Last player standing.
True, and Justin gets the last round there, and it's 4-8. GCC
Switching
in the lead
sides.
with 4 rounds right now. Great attacking round by GCC. I 100% agree. Alec was just on fire in tunnel, creating so much distractions, creating so much pressure, and I think that's what took it on the first round.
Yeah, I'd say that was the biggest opening. Really, was just the tunnel and the mid pressure. Because sometimes he was playing tunnel, sometimes he was just playing mid, but he pretty consistently managed to find a pick there and had to make FOG think like redo their positioning, because all of a sudden they might have someone coming in through flank.
That is true. Now this is where FOG shines. We do remember that FOG did really great on Fracture last round when it was on Tacker. So let's see if they're able to pull off an attacking round on Breeze. We do see it's going to be a 5-man push towards A site. They're just going in. They're just in.
Really fast. Yeah, the dart manages to spot at least 2 or 3 members there.
So we do see Justin's trying to get some kills here. First kill goes to Zeri onto Justin. Iron Man has a good flank here onto the pyramid, so he might be able to catch 1 or 2.
Gets one.
He does stick 1. Iron Man doing great here, trying to bait out as much play it. Spike does go down. Secret does get the second kill onto Jissus. Jambi Cat getting the kill onto Secret. The 3v3. Iron Man getting a double kill. Jambi Cat getting the 5th, and that goes to GCC.
Great movement by Iron Man there. He's just no fear, I guess, or maybe it's not that he had no fear, but rather just trust in his teammates that I'm gonna swing through this Viper wall and they're gonna be preoccupied with you guys, and like I'll get you guys covered. So that was great team play. Like FOG, they managed to get onto site pretty well, but really great response by GCC for that round.
I do agree with you. It seems like maybe that was a desperation play to try to switch up the pace, because from what we've seen from both Fracture and this game, everyone's playing this very slow, methodical attacking phase. So maybe they tried to just switch it up to try to break that that pace, but it did not work. So we're probably going to be going back to a slow, methodical gameplay here. You see Leverage holding down onto the nest here. Al does mix the shot onto Alec, or at least clips him a little bit. And then
he didn't have a heavy shield, so he's all good. But next shot will do it.
True. Justin does get the first kill onto Red Pack here, and they finally got him. He was just stuck in a bad spot, but the Secret does get a second kill onto Alex, so it's 4v4 now. And it looks like FOG is going to be playing around B side. Termulo does get another kill into Jambi from long range with that pistol. And just as he's sitting here with the Spectre, though, he might be able to clean up these kills. Gets the first kill onto Lev.
He can tank most of these shots just up to the Spectre.
And this gets the second kill onto Terminal, third kill onto Secret. You got the fourth kill onto Zeri.
Great 4K from Jesus holding down the site.
Just beautifully played. FOG was just clueless, or well, maybe not clueless, but just unable to hit the connect the shots onto Justice there.
Yeah, I mean, it all started with that flash. They weren't ready, and I guess they thought that most of the members should have been CT. But, you know, Justice was just sitting back there behind that wall and managed to catch out 3 of those members instantly.
That is true. So FOG here, a little in shambles. They're trying to figure out what play would work. They're going to go back towards the A site, and it looks like maybe Red Pack will be holding tunnel and trying to maybe go through. Justin does have that shotgun in hand, and he's going to have to pull back here. Does
Flash
get
for
a
flash,
little
but
bit.
a shock dart on the way out.
That's true, but he does get a low damage. Leverage here doing on the flank. Oh, and he... Ah, the timing.
Shock dart.
Now
looks like-
all those puns are gone. Manages to but from both Sovas, the shock darts are just on point in this match.
That I do agree with you. It's just the Sova gameplay is just phenomenal right now. And we do see Secret here just holding, trying to catch anyone he can. Red Pack trying to find anyone as well. He is past tunnel right now. Maybe might be able to get a good flank, but we do see the Viper may be able to catch him here on his flank here. We do see Justin still
wide
holding.
angle actually gives it up.
That is true.
It looks like Red Pack isn't committing either. They're still feeling it out. I
Fake
think
teleport.
this might be
30 seconds left.
they're just waiting for each other's cues.
True, but Justin's in a good spot with that shotgun right now. They do know he's there, so they may be able to swing, but Iron Man does get a kill onto Terminal, and they're pushing. Red Pack gets Alec. Secret gets Justin, and it's a 2v3 right now. Secret gets another kill. Oh, wait, no, that's just Justin. Just kidding. But
Last player
I
standing.
don't know if Secret knows the guy behind Pet. He doesn't. Jamity Cat kills Red Pack, and Iron Man gets Secret, closing it out to 11-4. GCC showing up dominant here on Breeze.
Yeah, this is just great to see, right? We did. It's just nice to see this back and forth where it seemed like FOG just really had their number on Fracture, but all of a sudden, GCC is just turning it up now. And with the way this is going, I think we're on pace for a game 3. But I don't want to count on FOG yet. We have seen just how great all their players are.
They just need to be on point with the teamwork here. It seems like everyone's just off a little bit, like they're relying on mechanical skill, that they're trying to prove that they are better in a way. But you see Iron Man getting kills onto Leverage, and they're just shoving out. GCC doesn't care. They know that this is their game to win. Justin gets another kill onto Secret. Zeri takes out Justin though with pistol. May be able to go claim that back.
Yeah, this is a full save, so maybe they're just looking to get some of those guns.
That's true. It is.
The unfortunate thing is, at this point, GCC is going to be on match point.
One enemy remaining.
It's going to be hard.
Yep. At this point, you know, honestly, what I would say, just to save the mental, it's just go next, you know? It's not. Sometimes going next doesn't mean it's a bad thing, but Termilo does get a kill there onto Alec. But it's like going next doesn't... It's not technically a bad thing. It's more of just like, you know, this is a loss. Let's go to the next one and pick it up, you know, kind of thing.
Right? It's not like it's not best of one. So
30 seconds left.
you know,
They
even if
still
you
have-
lose this game, it doesn't necessarily mean you lost it all yet.
Exactly. So I'm pretty sure this that is the mind. But we do see Termilo. He is trying his damage, and he just got thrown everything. They threw everything at him. They said, "No, you're not allowed."
Extremely stuck. Both those mollies were placed in front and forced him to pull back, just revealing himself for both sides there. Really good play there. And we're on match point for GCC here. Yeah.
And
Match point.
this is a very dominant game. It's weird to think that they picked Fractured, lost hard on it, but then this Breeze map is the one that is just completely hard stopping. Do you think FOG would go to Fracture next map if they are the ones to pick the map?
I'm not sure, because it was GCC's pick, and
I want to
I
see.
don't know. It could also just be that GCC is finally getting warmed up, and we're seeing more of what like their play should actually look like. And even if they do go fracture, I don't think we'll necessarily see the same game we did in game 1.
You know, I do agree with you. We do see Alec here holding the top of this pyramid with a top, I believe. Yep,
Yeah, well now they know, but
they do.
having one person up there means they have to quickly aim up and down. But just giving the spot, choosing to stay alive.
Spike
Ooh,
down.
Iron Man's
A.
now turning low there. It's 4v4 now. Iron Man getting another kill. Trade kill by Leverage though, so it is 3v3. Just is walking through the smokes, catches red pack.
One
It's now
enemy
3v2,
remaining.
3v1 is all up to Leverage.
Stay down.
Leverage gets another kill. Can Leverage
Leverage
clutch?
got up, and he's 1 kill away from the knives.
He might be able to clutch this up.
wait.
They do know
got
where
the
he's
spike.
at, for sure.
The knives are shut down because of the KO ult. Right, well, KO's
Leverage
knocked
another kill.
down. This is actually really tense. 1 bullet left.
Oh!
Is he gonna go for the res?
Nah, he's not.
30 seconds
yeah.
left. One enemy remaining.
Ooh, but Leverage gets just okay. So just that he got the kill there.
The molly. Oh, but the knives are out.
Oh, but Jambi final
Defenders win.
kill onto Lev there.
Good job holding it down there. You know, Leverage was looking really scary up in hand, and you know all the players were just going down one by one, but just good stuff there. And I was gonna say, look at the leaderboard. It felt like Iron Man had like immense presence that entire match. He's just, I mean, leaderboard says it, but I do want to say I do really think he was the MVP of that game.
Oh, 100%. We know we did talk about Alec a lot and his hold on mid on defense, but Iron Man was just basically being Iron Man. You know, he was out there just slaying everyone, and it ended up being a really clean game by GCC.
Yeah, that was so for the 13.
4-13, and that was just the quickest game of the tournament itself. Like besides the games that were just buys.
Yeah.
FOG was doing 5-13s all round, and then Early Bird and GCC and other maps they were doing more clear cut like close games. So this was the quickest game of the tournament so far.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really good to see how close these it's competitive is what I'm trying to get at. Is it's competitive between these two, and you know we're being treated to a third final match here. It's just awesome to see.
I do agree. It's gonna be amazing, you know. But I'm the part that I'm very excited to see is what map is next. You know, we saw Breeze, we saw Fracture, we saw these 2 giant open map, or well, not open, but just some of the biggest maps in the game in terms of the space and everything. Will we go to a more close quartered map like Ascent or Icebox or things like that? That's what I want to know.
I would like to see that. I would like to get a bit of map variety, but that's as a spectator. At the end, it is keeping a competitive environment, whatever they go to. I'm sure we're gonna see a good game.
True. So players, just letting you know, pick Icebox. That's what me and Argument want. We want to see something close ranged. Allow us to pick the third map. That'd be great. But Argument, you know what time it is?
All right. So moving into the third match, we do want to give a shout out to our sponsors, to Glide Path, Guam Army National Guard, the UOG Endowment Foundation, Lottie Esports and Nace, and special thanks to MacTech, PDS, Geek Out, and GameStop. Shout out to those guys. We got great games going here.
True. And as we enter the final game of the Valorant tournament, we would just like to also recommend, if you do want to stay up to date with all the Laddie Esports and UOG events, UOG is throwing their TFT tournament on March 26th. Deadline to enter is on March 25th, I believe I said. I'm sorry. The deadline to enter is on... I can't find my notes. Just kidding. March 20th. Yeah, I was right. March 25th at 12 a.m. Rules meeting will be on March 24th, and the latest patch will be played on 12.5b. the games will start around 4 p.m. on March 26th. So if you are looking to show off your skills on TFT, I do highly recommend you guys go try it out. Now,
Also,
go ahead. What's up with that?
oh yeah, I just wanted to mention, if you did want to see, if you wanted more information about that, all the information is available on the UOG Trine Esports Instagram, which is just UOG Trine Esports. Be sure to check that out.
I do agree, and not even just on Instagram, guys. You can come here and check out the Twitch channel and watch some of the previous games that were played, like the League of Legends ARAM tournament that happened last week. We believe we had the CS:GO tournament yesterday as well. You can also check that out.
It was pretty good.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Where did you watch it, or?
I watched a bit of it. I didn't see it to the end, but you know, I just tune in every now and then. I don't play CS:GO myself, but it's just cool to see you know, local gaming.
I do agree with you on that one. And you know, let's talk about that last game. From that last game, we were able to see a different side of GCC we weren't seeing on the first map. They were playing out of their mind, just a lot better than what they were doing on Fracture. They seemed a lot more cohesive. They seemed a lot more on track and on point. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, well, I just want to say, it was really, Iron Man was really strong that game. This is no disrespect, but the first game seemed rough for them, but yeah, by game 2 is like, just seeing them get these constant frags. Their names are in my mind now, right? And it's really cool to see. I'd say well, they really mounted up that lead, well, they being GCC, they really mounted up that lead during attack, and it was just really good split pushes, really good sort of lurks by Alec, making just scattering the defense, which opened up tight for them.
I do agree. Like we said, Alec had those great moments in mid, just keeping up this constant pressure that FOG just could not handle. And then also just Iron Man being the Iron Man ace of that game, just catching kill after kill after kill, constantly stopping FOG from pushing and everything else.
Yeah, and I'm hoping to see more of that again. But on the same note, I'm hoping FOG, you know, picks it up again. Not saying they're in the slump, but like they need to hit back, because I want to see a close game here on our final match.
That is true. I do believe we are still giving the players like a minute or two to just get ready. We are still deciding the map. Right now, we do see Ascent as the current map being chosen, but we don't know the actual map being chosen. I really hope it's a close quarter map. I want to see this very aggressive play style that we know that both these teams can pull out. We've seen it in a couple of the rounds.
Yeah, there's just, you know, we'd have a nice slow game, and all of a sudden 10 seconds into the round they're on site, and it'd be it's cool to see the different pacing and different strategies coming out.
I wonder if we'll see a different lineup of agents though. I mean, then again, it's kind of hard because certain agents just work well on every single map, like the fact that we were seeing Viper twice on both games being played. It just shows, it speaks volumes to how important it is to have that character.
Yeah, that character, I mean, the wall, it's like, it goes almost halfway across the map, right? It's a lot of pressure. I think even if we do go Ascent, I do think we're still gonna see Viper there. Personally, I like Viper on Ascent as well.
That's true. I mean, personally, I'm a duelist, so I always play duelist, and watching Lev on Jet is amazing. But you know, as the chat is saying on Twitch, dude, sub me in, Fog. I know you need me, dude. Just joking. But honestly, as we get into this next game, Argan, how exciting is this final so far for you? I know this is the first time you've basically casted Valo with me, and I think first time Valo in general. So how exciting has it been?
I mean, it's awesome to see. I'm glad that for my first experience, we're getting a final game final game match, and I mean the level of plays is also awesome to see, and it does look like we're moving into Ascent, so we're gonna got a good game coming for us.
Ascent, the usual good, like again, one of the most standard played maps in the game. It's just there. It has everything you need: close quarters, a long hauls, and everything. And from what we are seeing right now, we do see Alec insta locking in on the chamber, and we do see Killjoy.
I think he's just it's really just a comfort pick for him. Whenever I watch him play, it's almost always chamber. We're seeing Killjoy on the side of FOG. Doesn't look like we might not get a Viper on Frag Out Gaming here.
I guess there might just not be a Viper in general. This might be the first time. We are seeing that the side of FOG has locked in 4 of their agents, so like this looks like comfort picks for everyone. We did see Termulo, I believe, on the Killjoy in Fracture. Leverage is always comfortable on his Jet. We did see Secret popping off on Sova as well in some moments on Breeze last map, and then Zeri on Sky. From what we are looking at, Jocelyn has locked in the Yoru. Jissus has locked in Killjoy. And we're
getting a Brimstone on the side of FOG. Will we get another one?
It might be. Yep, we do get the Brimstone on FOG. I mean, on GCC. And we do see Iron Man, the one, the only, on Sova. So very, very similar comps, almost pretty identical. We do see, but we do see different takes on what they want to do. You know, we do see Killjoy and Brimstone being the two lockdown or 2 anchors of both teams for sites for defense.
I did just remember. Brim is great on this map because of how close the sites are to the barriers, like how fast entrances are. You said it's been a while since you played. They actually changed how Brimstone Stim Beacon works recently, so it's not only just fire rate, it also gives a big buff to movement speed.
Really? Okay, so I see now. I see why Brimstone might have been a great pick here, because of the whole movement speed and being able to go around corners quicker.
Yeah, we
especially
might see
for entrance.
some fast pushes coming through with the Stim Beacon, which would be really cool to see.
We might see it. For what we do see is the side of GCC being first on defense and FOG on attack. This is the first game where FOG is on attack first. So this might be a different round or a different game in general, just by the way of who's attacking and who's defending first.
Oh, I didn't even think to check. So it is FOG calling for attack first then. I'm assuming it was their map.
I'm assuming this is their map too. We do see Leverage trying to peek here. He does maybe see Justice here. Might be able to see a slight peek, but Justice is just holding still. He does not want to move. This is the tightest of peaks. We do see, it looks like it's just going to be slow, methodical gameplay. No one wants to make the first move yet. I'm pretty sure Lev is just trying to scout out as much information as he can get, and I'm pretty sure he could not get anything there.
The rotate coming mid. Jocelyn has side of tile, spots one, but Leverage with a quick one tap.
Ooh, Lev getting the first kill onto Jocelyn, kicking us off on the 3rd and final game between
Look at
finals.
that instantly. Mid is cleared. They're moving up through a main.
Yep,
space is being created here. You still have Killjoy and
30 seconds left.
Stuck on B. Well, Silva's already rotating. They're coming in.
Just going in. Alec gets another kill though, and Secret gets the kill onto Jambi. So it is a 3v4 on the side of FOG in favor, and now FOG is on site. Bomb is going down onto main, and it looks like Leverage getting the kill onto Alec. Alec tried to jump in and get something there. Iron Man not being able to connect the shots. Terminal getting the kill onto Iron Man. And it's all up to Justice. Justice does get that one tap onto Lev there, being able to trade something, get some gold back for his team. But they know where he is. They know he's here on the... what is it called now? Ramparts? Or...
It's just called Heaven, I still think.
Heaven, right? Heaven.
It's turned down trying to clear hell. No one's there, though. They're all holding Gen, and... Yep, well... FOG securing the round.
Yep, and there it is. That's that aggressive play we were talking about. They get that one pick and instantly run to A site. No hesitation.
Yeah, just a great opening created by Leverage there, getting a quick shot with the Sheriff across tiles, or across mid, rather.
Great round by the side of FOG, and like I said, this might be the game where we get to see a different playstyle, and that was that different playstyle. We saw FOG just rush in, and that wasn't something they were doing in the first 2 games, really. We do see Lev trying to go into Garage right now, pushing it out, trying to get as much information. We do see a little change in the defense here from the side of GCC. We do see 2 holding down mid site, 1 on B and 2 on A, or 1 on A area.
I guess they don't really have a choice but to play these close angles just because of the gun difference. Well, actually, Alec sort of has the privilege of being able to take those long fights still just because of Chambers' kit.
Pistol. Yep.
Yeah, but for example, just playing backside there because he does only have a shorty.
That is true. And it looks like it's just going to be slow, methodical gameplay. We're waiting for the first pick to happen, which I don't think is going to come anytime soon because it looks like everyone is just holding these tight angles, these tight corners to not be able to get picked off. And it looks like FOG is just going to make a break for it. They're going to go down mid because they do have the superior gunplay. We do see the dart going down into mid, seeing no information, being Brimstone smokes going down, and there's going to be 3. Leverage just dashing in, being able to drop the door open, or door down, I mean.
No worries just because of the pure gun difference, but you have 2 shorties waiting backside here.
And I don't think
managed to get anything.
But nope.
Picked right away.
It looks really good for FOG so far. We do see Alec going towards the market here. And it looks like just gonna get picked off, and it's now just up to Justin to get back. Decoy goes down, gets Zeri does get blinded, but they know where Justin is now. And they're probably just gonna rush him here. Try to get as much as they can, and they do. Great play.
Yeah, 2-0, flawless. All of them get to keep their Spectres. I'm assuming they're just gonna bonus that. And we're getting full buys onto the side of GCC. Well, actually, it looks like Jambi's not quite enough. Gonna have to get a light shield here.
True, but it's still gonna be rifles versus SMGs here, and depending on the playstyle of FOG, they might be able to repeat the same way they played that round. Just going down mid and just going in hard. I believe this is the way that they're changing up the pace. It's just a good change of pace.
Stim beacon here.
You see Brimstone's little stim pack going down. It looks like they're gonna be pushing out onto Lev and them.
Sure is Lev gonna swing, not doesn't give that information yet, doesn't quite get the pick there, but he's out.
He is out and about, and it looks like they're just gonna probably rotate overall to A side because they did happen to catch 2 there. They know 2 are on B side, or at least in the garage area. Looks like the people in garage are pushing out. Lev may be able to might either get caught here or might be able to get a pick. We won't know until something happens. It's looking like a little slow. There's still everyone's trying to find that one pick to make the play. Shock Dart does. Oh, I'm sorry. Never mind. It's not Shock Dart. Just kidding.
Good job immediately taking down that recon. Doesn't give them the information that 3 members are in cat. And Jocelyn, he's stuck. This is gonna be rough. Depending on the timing.
Up, and they're just going in. They're going in right now.
Using the flash 3, but main swings out and manages to trade that.
Iron Man and Ali getting double kill into the terminal and secret too. And it's looking good for GCC.
One down.
But Zeri does take out Alec. 3v2 now.
Spike
Red
still
pack.
in main.
Right back here on tree. Might be able to catch Jambi here. Ooh. They're struggling, but I'm pretty sure that was just a gun difference there.
10 seconds
Almost
left.
had him there. Gonna be able to at least get that, but Iron Man swings first, and they get to keep 3 of their guns.
Well played.
So GCC on the board, and this is what you want to see, right? You want to see these close games. So hopefully GCC can keep this up and just get a good game here.
Keep it cool. That's
It's like the setup. We've got 3 on B with the Killjoy util as well. Chamber and Yori set up on A. But actually, it looks like all of FOG's in A main here.
Yeah, they're looking to just 5-man push, I believe. I think they are spotting that their aggressive play style is being is playing a lot better for them. The dog goes out. He does catch Justin there. Great dog catch by Justin.
And actually, Leverage
now
swung out with the
I've
dog.
got
I'm
your
assuming the dog was just a distraction and Leverage was able to get that freeze. Alec holding them out.
Alec getting
Gets
two. And then Sky ulti does
Spike
blind him a little
down
bit there,
A.
but Secret catches him. Secret gets a double kill onto Jambi and Alec, and it's now a 2v2. Can Zeri and Secret hold it off?
Both are in
They
the
do.
spike. They have to retrieve it. Oh, but they don't know, so they're just holding back.
They have no idea where
I have the spike.
Justin, or well, they have a
Last
slight
player
idea now. They
standing.
do know they're
One enemy
intended.
remaining.
And Secret does get one, but he's unable to get the last one.
Great trade there by Iron Man. Taking the spot by Jen. Made the distance that he had to flick really hard.
Okay, so a great round by GCC again, just stopping it. It's at a 2 for 2. And here I thought it was going to be FOG just playing this great aggressive style that's going to be untouched, but GCC able to stop it again.
Get out of my way.
It's looking pretty close. And oh, Alec getting the first kill onto Leverage with the sniper. It's 4v5 now. Okay, no. So we're looking as we do this at 4v5. FOG is looking to find out what they want to be able to do here, and they might be looking to push towards A side here. We do see 3 on A main, 1 going towards the tree section, and there are 2 on the side of GCC that are still playing around B site because they don't have any information regarding where FOG is. Jocelyn here is at the door, might be able to peek out and get caught, but Termilo catches Jocelyn, and now Alec is here with the sniper, gets 1 kill onto Zeri, and it's a 4v3 at the moment. Alec is still holding down with his sniper in hand, but he does go down a little bit. Oh, yes. So Alec does have information on where everyone. He's whipping all the shots though, but he gets another kill onto Termilo,
Spike down
and
A.
Alec getting shut down there by Red
30
Pack. So it is
seconds
a 3v2 in the favor of GCC.
One
Jamie
enemy
Cat going
remaining.
out, getting the kill into Secret. It's now 1v3, all up to Red Pack with just the Sheriff
Gun
though.
here.
Spike is under main. It's gonna be hard, you know. Alec ended up dying, but he did his job. He held it down despite being pushed by all of the members. Managed to get 3 kills and, you know, won the round for that for his team there.
That is true. So great plays by GCC again, just stopping FOG's pushes, these hard pushes, and it's looking pretty bad. But we do see a full buy on the side of both sides now, so this could be good actually. We do see a couple of ults ready for both sides.
Yeah, the spike is still pretty far back, so even if they manage to clear, they're gonna have to hold back a bit.
That is true. So we'll see how this works. We do see Justin's decoy out a little bit to the outside there, and we're finally seeing the first time FOG is doing a quick split of 2-3. And they might just be trying to make new. Okay, so I see what they did there. They're going to be rotating 5-man to B site now. Leverage is clearing out all the information in garage here. We do see, I believe this is Iron Man here in here at Boat House, I believe that's called. I'm not too sure what to call
Looks
it.
like Leverage trying to poke it. I think he has an idea that someone might be there, but the Killjoy ult does go down. Most of B site is going to be available for the team here. And
it looks like it's both Killjoy ults went down.
Prepare for hellfire.
I think I saw correctly. We do see Leverage on top of Boathouse now, trying to clear out as much as he can. Alec getting the first kill onto Zeri, and it's a 4v5. But we do see FOG with the first on site here. Iron Man gets the kill onto Termilo, and now it looks like it's just
Gotcha.
Oh, Jammy Cat getting a good kill onto Red Plaque. It's 5v2 now. Jizzes getting out Leverage, and Secret getting Jizzes, but now Jammy takes out the Secret.
I really like Iron Man, despite being in the Killjoy ult, stuck in Boathouse, knowing that all 5 members were there, just holding his ground and not swinging out, because I'm sure that's what they were waiting for, but not giving in. And you know, he's still there for the final fight, and they end up taking the round.
Right here. Right here.
Great plays by GCC, and it's looking really good for GCC right now. Up 4 rounds from the first 2 of FOG, and it's looking kind of scary. You know, FOG's 5-man pushes on one entrance are not working. I think they have to go back to that style of running mid and clearing mid out first. Okay, it looks like Alex does get spotted.
The middle area is being a little underutilized right now, but we do have a alarm bot there, so even if they do choose to go, they'll know.
That's true. That is true. So what we're seeing is Justin is just playing really good delay here.
Managed just to secure that ult orb, but Jocelyn knows that maybe they took the ult orb, maybe feeling out that they're gonna exit.
That's true. So it's still 5v5. People are playing it a little slow. We do see FOG is with the bomb still in there in spawn, but it looks like it's just now being picked up. They might be looking towards A site. Leverage is trying to play some distractions here. He's trying to get everyone to come towards B and make it seem like it's going to be a full B push. And it looks like GCC might be taking the bait. They might be thinking it's going to be a 5-man B. But Leverage getting the first kill on Alec. Great pick, because now mid is opened wide.
There's that mid we just mentioned.
30
they are
seconds
moving
left.
through it. Robot's gonna activate. That doesn't. They do not care. They're just trying to get in before everyone finishes this rotate.
It looks like
got one sitting in backside.
Secret taking out Jambi. And there it is. This is the mid play that I was just stating. Like if they hold the mid, or if they enter through mid, they just claim
10
half the
seconds
map
left. Spike planted.
advantage. And they finally started to show it here.
Zera's still lurking. Catches
And there
Jocelyn
it
here.
is. Great play by FOG.
Now it's 4-3. This is a really competitive game. This is awesome to see. I really do think maybe those 2 games, both teams were still just warming up, and now we're seeing, the best they can offer.
True, and this is showing it's looking super great right now. Like, and I hope that FOG starts to do this more, because it's looking like going through mid is the play. Like, Lev just needs to be able to hold mid with that op and catch the pick of someone looking.
Using the dog, gonna
Scout destroyed.
look through a bit, but immediately gets shot down, doesn't find much info there. Well, learns that at least one is there, but doesn't know about Alec holding close right here.
True. I don't think they're gonna push that either, because they got shot pretty fast, so they might know there's at least estimate or like an assumption of multiple people there. And as we go in, it's gonna be a little slow again, but look, there's no one in mid from both sides right now. I mean, yeah, you can say the Brimstone on GCC is sort of near mid, but no one is holding mid.
Yeah, and despite that, they're still being cautious about mid. Just showing respect to the players. Man, Iron Man managed to stick a guard on one, but doesn't seem to stick any there.
Dude, he missed all 3 of the Sova ult there. He does spot Terminal twice with the recon and the drone, but that doesn't mean anything. He wasted so much utility, so much abilities just to know he's there.
30 seconds left.
But it looks like, look at this, FOG pushing down mid again, and they're able to gain control of the mid lane. And just as going here, spraying through the smoke, trying to catch Leverage on the peak. Iron Man does get the first kill onto Secret. And Justice might be able to catch, but no, he does not. And there's only 13 seconds left. There's only 13 seconds left. Leverage gets the first kill onto Justin, gets the second kill onto Justice, might get a third here, gets a third onto Jabby, dashes in, might be able to catch Iron Man behind the wall, but doesn't, but it's okay.
Is the spike going down in time?
Standing.
Just barely with barely left.
And beautiful play by Lev there. Lev was able to open up the whole site and for that whole play to happen. Great play. And now it's all up to Alec here in the 3v1 situation with Spike down. Sprays the wall to see if anyone's behind there, but catches nothing. And now they have a sort of an area. Molly, good Molly. So they're only allowing him to one go area.
From this side. Yeah,
great.
It's gonna be really hard. Even if he makes it in, you've got 2 sitting in backside. You've got a peek left, right, and it's just a hard situation. But that Molly denying the left side.
True. But great play by both sides. Honestly, like, Termulo playing dodgeball, like chat said, being able to just throw out, just to waste so much of Iron Man's utility there. And then Lev going in with that triple kill, which sort of felt illegal. Like, there's no reason why that should happen. But, you know, Lev is just Lev.
Yep, running in with the op and manages to clear up that many people. Just a crazy play. It's like
Great play all around.
he's swinging with his decoy there, manages to tag up Zeri a bit.
They know Jesselin's here playing at the door. He has been playing this door basically all the time here. We do see Alec holding this corner, and they don't know Alec is there. But it's looking like a rotate. They're looking like they're going to be attacking B side again.
Yep, the spike is still sitting in B side, so
Oh, but
they are still
look at
thinking about it. Justin moving
this.
up.
True, but look at this. 2 in mid. GCC are starting to realize that mid has been the go-to play, allowing FOG to win these sites. But now that they're holding so much on B, yeah, but look at now that they're holding mid so much, B is open. And Termulo has this free pick onto Justice here into market. And it looks like they're just doing the rotate right now. Leverage might be able to catch someone here on Cat. And Jabby is going for a super hard flank in the back here.
Stim beacon down.
He's gotta hope he has enough time, but it looks like they're running in with the stim beacon. I don't think they'll be able to catch up.
True, and it looks like, look at Jambi's flank. Jambi's gonna have a perfect flank here. If no one catches him, Lev might die at Jambi here. Oh, but Termulo gets Termulo gets Jambi.
10 seconds
Oh, I'm
left.
just kidding. Who's playing Yoru? I'm sorry, I was looking at the wrong
Spike
person.
planted.
Alec gets Lev, and it's a 3v3 situation. Zeri taking out Justice in a good trade. It's 2v. Oh, it's Justlin.
Oh, the drone spots that both players are in a garage, so they have that information, and now they can sit pretty comfortably in sight and hold it.
True. Great drone play by Secret here. Now, they're just not able to enter into sight because they have all the information playing. We do see Alec trying to spray the wall here. Great stun onto Alec, but will that deter him? It wouldn't. They're just playing inside from the backside of the wall here. Alec gets the first kill onto Zeri.
Oh no, he wasn't aware of the molly. Ooh, I believe time might have. It was time anyways.
True, but
the
great.
aggression by Alec, just opening up the site for his team.
Oh, that molly was just super detrimental. It helped so much, I swear.
Yeah, well, it got the kill there, but regardless, it would have denied the defuse because of time.
And great play by it. Look at how close this game is. We're seeing the bloodbath now. Everyone is warmed up after those first 2 games, and they're just like going for each other's throats.
5-4, and both top frags in the team are actually evened up, so this is as close as it gets.
And we do see the play here. One person is holding down mid again. But it looks... Oh, Alec getting the first kill, but then Zeri taking out Jissa's. Great trades from the both sides here. But now the op is down on the side of FOG. And and Alex still has his sniper, I believe. Zeri taking out Iron Man.
We are seeing GCC take a bit more of a aggressive approach. They're pushing out a lot more, and I mean, it's not working out, but I do like to see that they're trying new things.
That is true. They tried to just change up the pace, and FOG was is still a little bit more on the side of being in control of the pace at the moment. I mean,
let's see. They're moving into this B site. Alec is still sitting on A, but you do have Jambi holding it back. He's smoked off. This site is pretty much open for them.
That's true. Dark going down, splashes are going down. Jambi is just shooting through smoke, trying to get any damage he can. And the Brimstone stim pack. Ooh, and it looks like Brim's ult goes down because they thought they were on site already. Spike is going down. Everyone's fully rotated out. And
Alec actually popping the ult here. He's got 3 shots left.
Jambi's trying to get a good flank here. Might be a good pick, but Red Pack takes out Jambi first. Alec does have his rifle out. He's waiting for someone to move and peek a little bit, but he gets spotted out by the turret. And Termulo taking out Alec. It's a 1v4 with Justlin left.
It's 6-4. Moving into 2 rounds left in this half, and I would like to see, just because it'd be cool, if we can get a 6-6 half, just get that really even. And you know, and like I did mention, I'm on GCC side here, so you know, let's get some more rounds up.
True. And you know what? Such a great close game. I'm loving the blood in everyone's eyes, wanting to just fight, push, and it's like we're seeing how everyone is when they're fully warmed up, ready for the game, kind of thing. And again, looks like GCC might be trying to take a more aggressive approach, peek a little bit harder. Alec does TP back.
Zeri getting the opening kill here, which is over in garage.
No kill. Oh, there it is. Woo.
So they're actually down a member.
Oh wait,
by B, but it looks like this might be a mid. Sky gonna clear it out, and they know.
Oh, leverage with the blades. He finally gets a kill with blades all game.
Oh, I don't know if you know this, but if you, this is also new, well, relatively new. If Jet gets a kill with right click with their ult, it doesn't reset.
Oh, they changed that?
Last player standing.
Yeah, so that's why, that's why I didn't get the knives back there. But I mean, it didn't matter.
True,
FOG getting that round.
Last
4-7.
round before the switch.
And
Is that with knives anymore, man?
just right click.
That's the best part about it, though.
Yeah, but we're getting a full buy here for GCC. So this is gonna be our last, you know,
Hoorah.
Yeah, full buy round on this half.
We do see 3 ults on the side of FOG with 2 on the other side of GCC here. We do see Killjoy ult ready for both sides, so that might be played as a big factor on the site taking here. They might just push A, Killjoy ult it, and then yeah, the rest is history from there. Or maybe not, actually, because the Killjoy is on B site for both.
They smoked off garage, but looks like they're feeling it out. Yeah, baiting the ult orb there, trying to give some false information here because the spike is leaning more towards A.
Yep, and mid is so open, it's crazy. They do spot Yoru there, and Yoru's clone at least onto catwalk, and it's like everyone's just playing it a little slow. There's just not much information to go around. But we do see Lev trying to push mid now with his op. He might be able to catch, I believe, Justin here mid if he swings this and holds the angle for a long period of time. But it looks like Justin might be just retreating. Yep, and it's looking like they're gonna 5-man A, and it looks like what's that? Lev is just looking to play play fragging here and holding down mid, trying to catch anyone rotating.
30 seconds
Killjoy ult
left.
goes down. They're gonna be forced off that site, and they're finally gonna enter. The smokes are still on heaven, so they can't quite get an angle despite the ult being down. And that door's gonna be closed. They're gonna move on to site here. Spike is still in hand.
Justin's ult
Entering
is
the
still.
site with ult, yeah.
Spike
He
planted.
has information of everyone. I don't think they know where Justin is. Justin might be able to get something good. Oh, but Zeri!
That was a great spray by Zeri. Despite being blind, he still had a pretty good idea. And we're getting the Killjoy ult, but the Silva ult immediately in response. Manages to dodge the last shot, but it's a 3v1 and he's got 30 HP.
True, and Justice was able to get 2 there, so he is a 1v3, as you said. But it's just, FOG just has great positioning. Like, Justice cannot enter the site correctly without being crossfired.
And they
There
double
it is.
peeked, and that's 8-4 in this half for FOG.
And this is it. This is
Switching
what we
sides.
wanted to see. We wanted to see FOG take a lead in attacking, because that's what they're known, like, what's their best part. So now we get to see the side of GCC in their attacking rounds. We know that GCC, when they play their attacking rounds, it's very, very methodical, and they look for that mid pick to just be able to push it, just like what FOG was doing, but at a different pace.
Yeah, it looks like there's looks like GCC stacking 5 here on A, and there's only 2 members here. Well, one of them's holding main, the other's holding tree, so we'll see. Looks like Alec is actually choosing to go back towards B.
True, I do agree, and it looks like GCC might be trying to do a 5-man on A site here. They do have bomb and everything ready. Alec is holding catwalk against leverage with the pistols. Oh, and Alec gets Lev.
Alec taking the lead in that duel there.
True, and that's just the power of Chambers' pistol. The fact that he has the scope, but Red Pack isn't. The
Alec is in.
timing.
He's
One
left
less.
too. Never mind, he's dead. I'm just kidding.
And Zeri was able to catch Alec there, but great picks off by Alec. The Jambi Cat getting Zeri, but Secret knows where Jambi is. Oh, he sees him, but he might.
FOG
Oh,
with
he
a
misses.
crazy angle there, but yeah, kind of misses the shots there a bit. He's gonna go ahead and reset, take Heaven
Yeah.
here, but there's 4 players alive on this side of GCC.
True, and I'm pretty sure they assume that they're both on Heaven, at least in that area. They're walking it.
Yeah. They've already cleared Cat, so
Turn out.
Yep.
either mid or
Turn down.
market side or Heaven, and seems like they know the Brim smokes go down on Heaven.
Yep, and they knew Killjoy was up there because she did place the turret. Oh, great
Last player
recon
standing.
dart, so they were able to tell Secret where he was at, and just beautifully played by GCC. Great round by Alec being able to get those 2 early picks.
Yeah, just opening it up, taking down taking down Leverage and Red Pack, 2 really strong players.
Okay, so as we go into this next round, we do see that it looks like GCC are doing light buys. They're buying Spectres, they're buying... Oh, someone got a Phantom. Alec has a Phantom already.
I guess he didn't have to buy gun last round, and he did get 2 kills there, so he's got money for this.
True. And where is he? Oh, he's going down mid. He's full on pushing with this Phantom in hand. Looks like it's gonna be another A push. Everything's playing a little slow. They're trying to wait out the information, try to figure out where everyone is.
The smokes are getting in the way a bit, but looks like Alec is moving. Wait, they
moving.
didn't quite see each other. Secret and Alec. Looks like Alec is
didn't.
almost in CT at this point.
True. I'm pretty sure Secret heard Alec running around though. Like he knows he's nearby.
Actually,
And we do just the
Secret's a bit
environment.
lit up. Wait, but all of a sudden, GCC is in A. It's open. The 3 remaining players are not on site. 2 are stuck in CT.
And it's looking bad. It looks like GCC will have the command or the advantage in this round. It's 2v5 and it's just pistols for Secret. And I think Termulo as well only has a pistol as well. Yep. They just really need something. They need some kind of pick just to get some gold in into their pockets.
Last
This is
player
a save round. Alec,
Flawless.
and there it is. Alec getting the double kill onto Termulo and Secret with that Phantom that was early bought.
Yeah, but now he gets to keep that. He's got lots of money, full shield, and still 2,000. This is looking good for GCC, but FOG should finally have a buy round here in this half. And we do see that. Actually, well, Alec is the only one with a full rifle. Everyone else is just carrying on those Spectres.
That's true. So it's just a bonus round for GCC. I mean, they did really well anyways. They do still have a lot of income even if they lose this round, so it's fine. But we are seeing a 2-1-2, so this is great. Change of defense a little bit for FOG because usually no one was holding mid until now.
And Alec he's going down mid again. This is sort of the same role he played in the last map where he's creating those openings and making the enemy team second guess. Is our positioning okay? Because he's opening up mid.
That's true, but Leverage is getting pushed out of here. A cat, 2 people, and he just has to retreat. He has to dash back there because he was just getting lit up by shock darts and I believe Jambi. But things are changing up. It looks like Secret has moved into the mid, holding down mid now.
Alec is playing on top of Arch. He actually gets spotted, but still really hard to contest this, especially with teams running through the bottom there.
Sure, it looks like, look at that, GCC is pushing through hard through mid into the B site now, and it's only just Termulo here. Maybe Secret might be able to hold and stall a little bit for the team, but it's just looking like it's a free site for just as well. Oh, Termulo takes out Leverage takes out
left.
Alec too. Termulo is able to hold the site well. Oh, he does get Leverage getting kill onto Jocelyn. It's a 5v2 now.
Spike planted.
Bomb does go down, and Termulo does know where Jambi is.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, it
And
did feel like GCC was a little hasty with the call to push. they didn't quite clear out the sites they normally did, and they paid for it.
That is true, and this is the round that FOG needed too, because if they lost this round, they would have lost eco. And look at it now; they're probably going to be filling their pockets up. And now we're pretty even when it comes to econ on both sides here.
All right, that was the bonus round, so
That is true. That was the bonus round. But now it's a 6-9.
Yeah, and then Secret doesn't quite get to buy a gun here. Gonna go with an Ares, and see, he's positioning himself towards towards garage here. I wonder if he's gonna go for a wallbang.
That is true. He probably is. He's doing that like Odin Ares wallbang trick where you just spray through the wall, you know?
Scanning ahead.
Yeah.
But it looks like nothing's gonna happen. It looks like no one's going through garage, so that whole wallbang spray does not work. Or at least no one's looking at it, but they are looking towards an A push again. Everyone's rotating over. There's still 2 people on the side of FOG. Alec takes out leverage. Great pick by Alec.
I was
here.
gonna say the barrel of that gun is really long, and it almost made Alec lose that duel there, but he's just so quick on the shot, man.
Enemy mark.
Dude, but look at Zeri. Zeri getting a double kill, even though they spotted him knowing he was there. Red pack. Zeri getting a triple. Oh my god, for the side of FOG, Zeri showing up here on the A site. Even though spotted by Iron Man's drone there, and they knew he was there, he was able to still get the three-piece there. Amazing.
So it's a 6-10. That's 2 rounds in a row, and moving into this next round, GCC is gonna be forced to save a bit. Alec, still has money. He does have the luxury to buy a full gun this round as well, and still afford next.
That's true.
This is getting victory for GCC's slipping away a bit. They've got to find their footing again.
That's true. I do agree. I mean, they had it in the early first round where they were doing so well, but now it's like FOG is just commanding the pace, and it looks like this is the first 5-man push through garage that GCC is going to try to attempt here. And there's no information that they are going to be doing this because it's something new. But Secret might be able to spot them with this recon dart.
Found them.
He does catch one.
Only spots one, but it looks like the smoke timing is good. Those mollies are gonna pop, and only Alec made it onto site. Waiting in backside, managed to catch Alec. But the rest of the team's rolling in.
Can Termulo hold? That's what matters here. Oh, he doesn't. He's not able to, but he gets 2, I believe, from this, which is still great. And now FOG is here to play. They are ready to push. They are going to be going hard in. Leverage is trying to catch wall bangs here.
Smokes are going down, but there's no one really watching it, so they're not too helpful. But the Brimble going down doesn't manage to catch it, but creates space.
That's true. It does hold them for a few seconds, and now it's just still a 2v2. It's leverage and and Red Pack getting the kill on the Jisoo. It is Levin Riv, and there it is. The round goes to FOG.
Right, giving that point to Leverage, actually going to be the point that gives him his ult. So now we've got 2 really strong ults on deck for FOG, and 2 rounds left for FOG to take this. GCC's got to figure something out.
And look at this. GCC has to full buy here. They have to. And if they lose this round, it could be really scary because FOG will be on game point with them having no econ. So this could be the round that determines the game.
They have to full buy, and they have to win this round.
With little to no casualties.
So they've got quite the task here. Let's just see if they're up for it. So they're feeling it out. They've slowed it down. I'm guessing it might be nerves getting to them, but they're taking it a bit slower. Alec is still trying to feel out this mid, but there's 2 members there this time, which is something we're not normally seeing. He's moving faster, spots one, but he manages to strafe away.
But he does get spot by that recon dart too, so they do know Alec is at least lurking around mid. Shock dart goes out. Catches no one, so no one's getting hurt yet. Alec does push up slightly.
You should run.
But he doesn't. I don't think.
Going down.
Ooh, Good Killjoy. Oh, both Killjoy ults go down. Alec does get the first kill onto Secret for this round. Great play so far for both sides. And it looks like, oh, they're rushing to
It's
B.
a fake. It's a fake, yeah.
Yeah, they just...
But FOG's not really biting. 11 Turbulor is still holding B. Actually,
30
they're
seconds
more
left.
retreating towards A, but looks like the spike is going back to mid.
Bro, look at Justin here. He has the ulti flank. He knows that there's people here. He sees them. Or no, that's a decoy. But Red Pack gets a kill on Alec.
I think he's in. I think spike might be going down here. Yep, with...
Oh, it was a double fake.
Stim beacon down.
Jambi. It was a double fake there. I don't know. I didn't even see Jambi with the cat. Jambi the cat. They're going towards A site with the bomb, but it's looking pretty bad for GCC right now. Jambi the cat getting getting Zeri, so it's a 2v3 right now. Can they hold?
Out of
Can
charge.
Jocelyn
Stim
and
beacon
Jambi
here.
hold the round that they need? Stim pack beacons are going down for the movement speed and the attack speed. It looks like that was an ult.
That's the
that's Brim ult.
using that to clear it out. Yeah. So now that basically forces them to run either main or tree, so they have a good idea of where they are. They have to swing from tree, but they know already. And he's just on the spike. He has to spray now, and it's 12 for FOG. So they're on match point, and it's gonna be a half
Match
buy for
point.
them.
Oh, well, it's looking not too bad. You know, some of them are having full buys, but it's just looking Brim. We're on match point.
Yeah, actually, it looks like they're just opting for the rifles instead of shields and some other gun.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be really hard.
Robot out. Placing swarm grenade.
That is true. So
Placing swarm
we do
grenade.
see, like I said, we have 4 rifles and an op on the side of Lev, and it looks like they're just gonna 5-man A, probably hard shove this as fast as they can. I feel like that would be the play that they need to do. Is just gain control of A as fast as possible before the rotates happen. But with all of this utility being cleared out by the side of GCC, they are starting to realize the full play here. We do see Zeri gets Iron Man first, and Zeri gets a double kill onto Alec. They are on site. They don't know. Oh, and Zeri gets a triple.
Down
Did
A.
but didn't catch Zeri. Thought he fell back, and Justin's the only one alive. It's a 1v3.
Yep, and there it is.
With the
Defenders
op
win.
ending it 13-6. It's a 2-1 win for FOG over GCC.
Yes, sir. Great games tonight, though. I believe that anyone could have taken this. It was a clean sweep by both teams through rounds 1 and 2 in the semifinals, and they were able to meet here in the finals and gave a good show, basically.
Yeah, but I mean, all 3 games were great. The first game, Fracture, which FOG did take. We saw interesting like rotations and get a sense for how their thinking is. And then Breeze, we just saw really good mechanical play, I would say. Right. And Ascent, I guess the FOG really just took the lead there, and I mean they took it. So good stuff to Frag Out Gaming.
True, and that ends the tournament here, guys. For what we saw, Frag Out Gaming versus GCC's team, and it was just great from all around. Fracture looked really dominant from Frag Out Gaming, and then Breeze came, and GCC showed their hands. They were able to take it away, like you said, and just completely stomp him. And then here we got this game where it seemed like it was really close. Like, even though the score is like what, 13-6 or something like that, it seemed like
but it was mostly the first half was really close for a bit, and then all of a sudden FOG just started. I think they started reading into GCC a lot more, because you saw in that last 2 rounds they tried baiting them so hard, but FOG just did not fall for anything.
But you know what, Argum? That's gonna end us here, basically, for the Valorant tournament here. And it was great casting alongside you as your first time here at the Valorant scene. And I hope I do get to see you more. I hope you enjoyed it, dude. It was
good.
It was
It was
great.
good.
It was great.
Good games, and yeah, it was pretty chill.
Yep. So as we close out today's Valorant tournament, we'd like to thank the sponsors one more time: Glide Path, the Guam National Guard, the UOG Endowment Foundation, the Laddie Esports, and also we can't forget Nace. And special thanks to MacTech, PDS, Geek Out, and GameStop. This is Damon Michael signing off along with Arjim. Thanks for watching, guys.